We were in the middle management area where we were very busy, very successful jobs. It was just a typical working for the man, running, and you're chasing that corporate ladder.
We were working anywhere between 40 and 60 hours a week. We had 3 small children. We had a nanny at home. It was just fast-paced. We had no family around. It was just us. We went out to eat for our anniversary, and we had worked all day.
Had to pay a babysitter after we had paid a nanny to watch our kids all day. We've got 4 iPhones in front of us, one for work, one for personal each.
So right at that moment, I'd say we just made the decision to change it up.
We were back home and saw this opportunity and thought, let's look at it and see what it could do for our family. And it was risky, but ultimately I think it's going to be the best risk that we've taken.
We walked through it and it was pretty dilapidated. A lot of people had not wanted to buy the hardware store just because they thought it was going downhill. We bought the store, we emptied it out. We lived in the basement. It was in an apartment, and we would put the kids to bed, take the baby monitor up, and we would paint.
Do the lights, make things vibrant.
New ceiling tiles, new floors.
Entice people to want to come in, and then once we get them in, then we overwhelm them with the support and the service that they need and want so that they keep coming back. When you have a 7, 5, and 3-year-old, the world kind of revolves around each little person. And it's important, I think, for Katie and I, for them to understand that you need to put other people's needs in front of your own. Sometimes it's just out of a service that you need to do for someone else, because they may not be able to take a 40-pound bag of salt and take it down to the basement into their water softener.
We kind of started asking around, and some of the stories that the old ladies were telling us, we're like, well, okay, we can take 10 minutes out of our day and we can go deliver it and we can help them out.
We went in a couple of these times and they're like, Dad, why is there a cup here? I'm like, that's how they have to unload their salt if I don't unload the bag for them. So it's those things that we want them to be able to see us interacting with people. The social piece of it is great, being able to help people find what they're looking for, what they need, and them able to take that with them throughout their whole life, because there's not just helping people load salt that's the core there. It's really about helping people in front of themselves.
The more reasons people have to come to our community, the better. So we don't like to see those empty storefronts. We're trying to help each other out. People will come in and, oh, I'm so hungry, where can I eat? Well, hey, you know what? We have great places to eat here in town. We're not going to send them out of town. We have great places right here. Or what else can I do here? And we're telling everything that's available in our town. They're not our competition, they're our friends. We want them to experience our town. What we can do is offer them an experience that they're not going to get on the internet. So come to our town, enjoy it, make some memories, experience it. We want you to come back. This will be our 35th Christmas that we're celebrating this year. My parents opened it up in 1984, and at that time this was not a busy town by any means. I was always proud of Mom, because I thought that took a lot of guts to open up a business in a small town. In 2008, Mom decided, it's time for me to retire. She had celebrated 25 Christmases, and she thought, you know what, I'm done. I'm selling this business. And you don't want it, she told me. And I thought, okay, I don't. And at this time I was doing the book work. I kind of knew what this was like. And then it just kind of hit me like, yeah, yes I do want this, And so I bought the business from her then. This is very personal. We engage all the senses. You come in, you smell, oh, this smells good. You hear the music playing, you're offered a cup of coffee, and you get to touch the product, and you get interaction, personal interaction. And it's a unique, one-of-a-kind shop. It's not like any other shop. There's only one of us. Customer service it's actually one of our biggest things that we can offer to people. We know we can't beat prices of some of these big box stores, but we have personal attention that we can offer you. We always kind of have a rule: if we're within 6 feet of somebody, you always acknowledge them again. Are you doing okay here? Is there anything I can help you with? Can I take this for you? Or we don't want them just to feel like they're in a store and nobody's acknowledging them, because I don't like that when I go someplace. Never regretted what I have done. It's it's always a joy coming to work. I really look forward to it.
.62, Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
So at LR Falk, our goal is to provide the stable foundation for our employees, their families, our customers, and our communities to thrive. Try our best to do that every day. Throughout the history of our company, one thing that really sets us apart is we still are a family-owned business. LR Falk was the company and still is the company. Part of the reason he started getting into the mining industry was he was hauling cat tractors and saw an opportunity where here's some big equipment. I think he saw that gravel and limestone was going to be a huge commodity. I think one thing that probably LR had to his advantage was the way he treated people, the hard work that it was. You weren't going to get people to do that unless they trusted you. And I don't think he ever wavered from his core values, his own, which I think were the same as ours. His family came first, honesty and quality, and do it with flair, but also knowing that he needed to keep growing and keep learning. LR and Dave, were hard workers, obviously good businessmen, treated their employees well.
You've got to produce a good product and be honest how you treat your customers, and I guess that's kind of the main thing.
Things that I try and do is just like them, different than them, but the same ideas, to be financially strong. We need to have that foundation for things to happen. And I think that's really what I'm so proud of, is that we have stood the test of time through a lot of different things, a lot of different innovations. Keeping the equipment modern, even just trying new innovations in the crushing world. Ag Line, that's a place where we probably have one of our biggest partnerships between the ag community and ourselves to provide a quality product and also haul it and spread it. LR Falk Construction Company creates products that everybody uses in their everyday life, whether they know it or not. Whether it's a road, a basement, a sandbox. We want to be hands-on owner-operators. And I think that's important for the employees too, is there's not an employee here that, that I wouldn't do their job if I could. Partnerships might be the biggest word, because our employees, it's a partnership. Our customers, it's a partnership. Our communities, we feel, is a partnership. The dealers, the salespeople, the mechanics that come on site, it's a partnership, and we're working together to keep this going. You have to be thinking 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years down the road, because I don't think that LR Falk Construction has ever just said, hey, we're good enough. We're still running the business the way LR wanted us to run it. Quality, products, and service can't take a back seat. For 100 years, we've been there for who needs us.
We are currently in our 10th year of operations here at Bet Roofing. One of the most exciting things about owning a business has been just seeing us grow over the course of that decade, from starting out again pretty small to what we're able to accomplish in the amount of square footage of roof we put on.
So this year will be our first year of being full-time roofing. So kind of what our plan is to keep on doing what we're doing right now, but obviously we want to expand and grow upon the business and probably branch out into different communities in North Iowa.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at VAT Roofing is the people that sell you your roof, the people that give you estimates, are the ones that actually are on the job site every single day, putting shingles on your roof, looking over projects, and just making sure that things are held to the highest quality that you would expect for your home. We know that roofing can be a pretty crucial part to protecting your house from the elements, so we make sure to be as responsive as possible to get out to your house, and if we need to cover something up short term, but we try to also make a priority of as our customers contact us and reach out to us, getting them on the list and moving forward as soon as possible.
I enjoy the manual labor of it. Some people don't enjoy that, but I'm one of those people that do, and I enjoy the work. It's very fulfilling, and you get to see what you accomplished every day, and working with the people is probably one of the biggest things that I enjoy too. It's fun to seeing people satisfied with the work you do.
Roofing is the physical progress you make on the job site each day. You get a lot of satisfaction from driving by properties you've done in the past and seeing what you've done and being proud of what you're able to accomplish. Definitely is a lot of hard work, but it's definitely worth it in the end as well.
Our 124,000 square foot facility houses the latest in design, manufacturing, and finishing technology. And most importantly, it is home to a dedicated group of team members committed to providing the best products and services for our customers.
We have a lot of honest, hardworking employees working together to create the best product and get it to our customers in the most time-efficient manner to keep the ag industry moving.
I would say that the key for Wold's success is truly in our employees and the fact that they care so much and are so passionate about the wheel that they build or the wheel that they ship out.
Our advanced powder coating process provides a durable, uniform, and protective surface and is available in a variety of colors. Powder coating is the fastest growing finishing technology in America and is friendly to the environment.
It's top-notch equipment that we use. We use all nice GEMA spray equipment guns. I mean, they're top of the line, and it just makes everything easier when you have good tools and to work with.
Most of our welding is still done by hand, but our robotic welder is designed for unprecedented speed and precision and completely automates the handling and welding of component parts. CNC machines provide highly advanced automation and extremely accurate creation of parts and are utilized on both large and small orders.
We often give tours to outsiders that come in and they're just amazed at how clean our facility is, and I have to give the kudos to our employees for caring about the space that we've given them to work in. They take a lot of pride in it.
There's been a lot of longtime employees at Wold's, and I think the customers know that and they can see it and realize it, and I feel like that's why they keep coming back, and they know they're going to get a good product.
At Wool Rim and Wheel, customer loyalty, innovation, operational excellence, product quality, and leadership drive our mission to provide the best rims and wheels for off-road, ag, and construction equipment.
Consumer loans for real estate, automobiles, RVs, and dreams. Whether you are buying your first home, taking a dream vacation, or paying for life's little extras, we have a loan that will fit your needs. Saint Ansgar State Bank. Local since 1891.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Box K Beef, premium wholesale beef. From our place to your plate. It's Not Your Average Joe, right here on Saints TV.
Hello and welcome to Saint Ansgar, Iowa, home of the Saint Ansgar Saints. Candle
Saints.
Genius here with Not Your Average Joe. Big game, big implications. Saint Ansgar Saints versus Lake Mills Bulldogs, round 2. We've played these guys.
Yep.
A lot at stake tonight. Tell us, Joe, what's on your big brain?
Yeah, that's what these guys work all year for, right? Is nights like tonight. It's football weather. It's football night. Let's go. If this kind of game doesn't get you excited, doesn't get the blood flowing, you might want to check your pulse, right?
It's getting close to Halloween, so we got some special Halloween effects.
The ghosts of Saints past may have gotten you if you're not excited about tonight. But yeah, Saints come in 9-0, survived last week, right?
Yes.
Overcome some injuries there. They're number 1 and 2 or number 1 and 3 tacklers didn't play the second half. One of them didn't play at all. Numbers 1 and 2 rushers didn't play a big chunks of that game. And next man up mentality, survive, beat Sibley Cheaton, and 16 remain. Right, they're one of 16 that are left. Looking for that round of 8. Looking to advance to the next round. We talked about it last week. Every week. It's go 1-0. That is the mission. Go 1-0, right? And you go 1-0 5 times, and you're the last guys left.
Yes,
you're
sir.
the state champion at the end of this
Yes,
thing,
sir.
and ultimately that's the goal. But you have to go 1-0. Playing a team for the second time in 3 weeks is not what we would have ordered if we could have ordered it. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's just in baseball, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times. In football, it's hard to beat a good team twice, and I believe the Saints are up to that order tonight. But that is the task at hand, is to go do it again. Right? They beat this team 2 weeks ago, 31-6 at Lake Mills in an absolute downpour. I think there was 2.5 inches of rain fell throughout that game. It felt like I know it did throughout that weekend. I'm not sure it all came during the game, but it did feel like it at times. So tonight, more football-like weather in terms of, I think the secret's out. We pre-record this, so it's a few hours to game time here yet, but it's already 40 degrees outside with a 19-mile-an-hour northwest wind. So it is going to be chilly this evening, and the elements will play a part again, but it won't be like it was 2 weeks ago. Where the weather really limited what both teams could do. We're not making excuses. This isn't it was bad for Lake Mills or bad for Saint Ansgar. It was just hard on the football game. It was hard on performance there. So it'll be a different game tonight than I think that we saw 2 weeks ago. But it will be a fun one. And Lake Mills is going to come ready to play. They know us well. We know them well. Of course, there's a bunch of tape, right, for both coaches to digest over the last couple of weeks. So this can be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It has been raining enough here. Are the cleats going to hold? Is it going to be even without the rain? And it's cooling down, but that ground could be soft. It'll be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Yep, that's a good point. I think key here early in the game, we'll get you an update as soon as we can, is going to be who's playing for the Saints tonight and where are they playing. Right? We talked about the injuries last week. They added up. I talked to the coaches throughout the week this week, and they're doing everything they can. Of course, those guys are to get themselves back on the field. With Christian Michaels and Connor King both being seniors, they don't want to miss a snap. They don't want to miss a second of this. But they got to be smart and take care of their bodies as well. So I know there was a lot of work done on those bodies this week, and we'll know here in about an hour if they'll be ready to go and in what capacity.
Yeah, you got
something to watch tonight.
This one game at a time mentality that you talked about. We did not look past Sibley Cheaton last
Thank
week.
goodness, because I think they might have shocked us had we not been ready.
And yet, to your point, the injuries played a role. There's so many things that played a role in a game that we did come out. We took the game that we needed to.
Right.
But there's nothing guaranteed, and Lake Mills is a good team, so we got our work cut out for us tonight.
100%.
Stick around. We're going to take a look at some of the stats with the CG scroll coming right up. This broadcast brought to you in part by Gordy's Repair in Stacyville, Iowa.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it. Contact Agent Brian Putney with offices in Saint Ansgar and Stacyville, Iowa.
At K2 Agronomy, we embrace a holistic approach to crop production, focusing on soil, seed, and plant health. K2 Agronomy, helping our customers to achieve the maximum return on their investment.
Joe, we're going to try something new this week. We have something called the CG Scroll. The CG is for Candle Genius, by the way. CG Scroll. We're used to listening to Joe lead everything. I've gotten Joe's permission to go ahead and lead this one. We tried it with volleyball. I think I'm just working to make that a little better. That wasn't great, but I think it was appreciated just from a perspective of really breaking things down by stat leaders, by the team stats. So I'm literally logging into Varsity Bound. It's gobound.com. And if you're really looking for it, just say Bound at Saint Ansgar and you can find all of this stuff. But it's a lot of really great information. So thank you. Compliments to Bound for making this available to us. Let's take a look at this. We'll start with the stat leaders here. Lake Mills passing yards. 28 for 60 on the attempts for 434 yards for their quarterback, Hayden Helgeson, who's a junior. Our quarterback, also a junior. 43 for 83 with 618 yards and 11 touchdowns. Take a look at those touchdown differences. 3 versus 11. We'll touch on that here in a little bit. Rushing yards, 37 to Jace's 230. But he does have 3 touchdowns in that versus Jace's 2. Rushing yards, senior Bo Kaufman has 150 rushes for 699 yards. Contrast that to Connor King, who's got 99 rushes, or 2/3 of the rushes for 655 yards. Pretty comparable yards-wise. 8 touchdowns for Kaufman, 11 here. If we look at that touchdowns piece, that is rushing touchdowns. Next to it here for Connor King, we have a receiving line that is 71 receiving yards. Is that yards, right? 71 receiving yards. That would be pretty amazing to have 71 receptions, wouldn't it?
Especially out of our backfield, yeah, for sure.
For 1 touchdown. Next up, Garrett Ham, senior on the receiving. 6 receptions. He leads with 162 yards and a touchdown. On our side, Hunter Hillman, 16 receptions for 247 yards and 4 touchdowns. Total tackles, Logan Bacon, a senior. Take a look at this. We got a junior, senior on their side. Samesies over on this side. Logan Bacon has 65.5 tackles, 3 for a loss, and a single sack. Reagan Witt's the leader on the Saints side with 50.5 tackles, 7 for loss, and 1.5 sacks. Let's take a look at these teams, shall we? Take a look at team stats here real quick. We've got passing. Joe, you chime in here. You see something that stands out to you? We're just kind of going through this for the audience out there who wants to know what we're looking at for tonight's game.
I really like the way this, you compare these team stats side by side, Bulldogs on the left and your Saints on the right.
Yeah, it's really helpful to just kind of understand, like, what are we looking at? Like, both of these teams have played 9 games. So every one of these stats is completely fair, completely accurate. We're not comparing more games for one, less for another, like we might in volleyball. So 60 passing attempts for the Bulldogs, 88 for the Saints. It is not typical that Saints have more passing attempts than the opposition. This year, we're just doing a lot better job of passing it. Completions, 28 versus 47. So we're talking almost twice as many for the Saints in the passing completions.
In years past, it'd be pretty unusual this time of year to play a team that we had more pass completions than they did.
Exactly. Passing yards, 434 for Lake Mills, 702 for Saint Ansgar. Yards per completion, interesting stat. They are leading us, which means
they're a big play team.
Big play team.
Yep, that's they live on big plays. We've seen that when we played them last time. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. But if you look through some of their numbers, they have guys with speed, and that equals big plays.
Yeah, and looking at the passing touchdowns, you can see the Saints are way ahead with 12 touchdowns versus Lake Mills 3.
Yeah, that's probably the stat out of that top category that really sticks out to me is just how many passing touchdowns this offense has this year. And that's been a big reason for their success is get inside that red zone. They can't just fill up the middle trying to stop our running game because we'll throw it on them and score that way. And we've done it all year.
Yeah, it makes a big difference for sure. Passing interceptions, 4 versus 3. And the quarterback rating, Saint Ansgar hold the edge on that one too with a 120.4 versus 107.5. Let's look at rushing attempts. Saint Ansgar always a heavy rushing team. These two teams are dead even. Saint Ansgar does hold the edge, though, when you take a look at total yards. They are ahead by nearly 300 yards, and at yards per carry, they do hold an advantage of about 0.7 yards per carry. Both pretty decent statistics, though, 5.8 versus 6.5 yards per carry. Looking at rushing touchdowns, Saint Ansgar has 36 to Lake Mills 27.
I think if you sum up the passing and the rushing categories there, St. Ansgar just has had more offense than Lake Mills has in all categories, in all areas. We'll see if that comes true again tonight.
And both teams, I think it's fair to say, have had shortened games based on running clocks and things like that too. So some of these stats too consider that 4 quarters is not necessarily 4 typical quarters. Both of these teams had very successful regular seasons. Longest 79 versus 60. Lake Mills has the bigger play in that category. Receptions. Now we're going to go back to the receptions. 28 to 47 for receiving yards. 434 to 702. Again, Joe, to your point, bigger plays. 15.5 versus 14.9 receiving yards per catch. And the receiving touchdowns, we saw that stat earlier. The longest receiving touchdown, 28 yards for, and again, this is just one big play, right? Their one big play was 28. Ours was 64. Was that Brum?
Yes, Brum, I believe.
Yeah, I want to say that was Osage. I'm not positive on that
also. Yep, I think you're spot
on. Total tackles, 379 to 397. Solo tackles, what does that stat mean for those who...
So the total tackles, if Eric and I both tackle a guy at the same time, they're going to give us each a half, right? That's the total tackles. The solo tackle is Eric tackles the guy all by himself. That's going to have been the solo tackle category. So the total tackles being almost dead even is really interesting. Again, these teams have played a lot of even schedules. Of course, they played a lot of the same teams. And so the stats kind of come together, especially defensively. They've been very successful as well on defense, and that shows through here. I think Saint Ansgar having the edge in 17 sacks to their 10 is probably a number that stands out here. That they've got. We've got the edge there in sacks. Solo tackles, what I find interesting there, what is that, almost 70 difference between the two.
Yep.
They've got a guy named Logan Bacon, who we'll talk about here in a minute, who has a multiple handfuls, fistfuls of solo tackles in a game every week. So that's a big part of why that number looks like that for them. He is a beast on defense, and he showed up last time. I think he had 17 tackles in the game against us 2 weeks ago. Which is an unheard of number.
Yeah. Well, you got that guy, and that's a pretty decent spot to have a good stat, right? So total sacks, and he's a senior, correct? Bacon's
correct.
A senior.
Mm-hmm.
Total sacks 10 to 17. Total tackles for loss 43 to 52. Again, a lot of these columns are favoring the Saints here tonight. Fumble recoveries, fumble return yards. Now, is it possible that these guys really had zeros?
No.
Sometimes those stats aren't right? So it happens. There's some stats that aren't put in properly or aren't put in at all. So we're not going to believe that that's actually zero. But interceptions, we got to believe are accurate. 8 for the Saints, 5 for them.
Yep.
Interception return yards. Looks like they probably had 1 or 2 big ones in there. They got 112 versus 84. That's advantage Lake Mills in that column.
Yep.
In that row. Interceptions returned for touchdown. We know that we've got a couple, and they've got 1. Kickoff returns. Interesting here, when I look at the kickoff returns, I always equate that to how often is the other team scoring?
Yep.
Because you're going to get 1 kickoff to return per game, right? And when we have less kickoff returns, that means defensively we're probably doing a better job than the other team.
You got it. Great way to read that stat.
Kickoff yards per return. You can see the difference there. Advantage Saint Ansgar. Let's kick down here. Longest.
We've done a great job there in that category, not only of getting good returns when it's our turn to return it, but we have been great on kick return coverage as well. So that limits that number for our opponents, which is a big deal.
Punt return yards. 333 to 82. Punt.
We've had a great year returning punts. Tyke Remster has done a fantastic job back there.
Yeah, and if you're looking at highlights, we'll be showing highlights here in a little bit. You just get to see how slippery that guy is. It's so much fun to watch. PAT attempts. This is an interesting one to me. When they're really limited on their PAT attempts, and I wish this was right next to this bottom 2-point conversions, because it tells me a lot about how much they believe in their kicker. And I would say in Lake Mills, and I don't think they're often playing from behind and need that 2-pointer.
Right.
Because, well, where the heck did where did that one go? They had 12, right? Is that where we're at?
12 PATs.
You see it?
Yeah, right there.
Thank you. Okay. So PAT attempts 12.
to our
Versus
44. Yeah.
44 attempts.
We're going to kick it more often than not, unless, like you said, we're playing from behind or to make the score 9 instead of 8 or something like that.
Yep.
Other than that, we're going to go kick a PAT generally.
So looking at that, even field goal attempts, we have attempted 2. It's uncommon for a high school team to attempt any field goals. The fact that they have attempted one says that they were close or they had belief in their kicker. But let's just keep on scrolling down here. Kickoff yards, 27-48 versus 14-09. Yep. There's their field goal that they attempted. They missed it. We have made both of ours for 100%. Longest one being 32 yards. PATs, here's of the 12 they tried, they made 9. Yep. We made 36 out of our 44. Of course, for total points at 9 and 36.
I believe 3 of the misses on that, of those 8 on missed PATs for the Saints were in week 1. So we have missed very few kicks since week 1.
A great stat, great information to have. Taking a look here at the punts. And again, I think this speaks to how well is your offense doing, right? You don't want to be punting. Punting is not a good, you don't want to be doing that. The fact that we have 10 and they have 17.
Ask the Hawkeyes. They thought punting was winning until last week, and they figured out punting was losing.
Punt yards, obviously with more punts, I got more punt yards over there on the Lake Mills side. But the punt yards per heavily favors the Saint Ansgar Saints here.
Yep.
2-point conversions. That's when we have had 2 of them for a total of 4, and they have had 12 for 24 total points. Taking a look here at the last 5 games, Lake Mills was 6-0 going to the last 2 regular season games. Of course, they had the misfortune of playing West Hancock in week 7 and playing Saint Ansgar in week 8 to give them their 2 losses here. But they did what they needed to last week.
Yep.
They beat National Plainfield to win in the first round of the playoffs, bringing them to this game tonight. Saint Ansgar's been rolling. They're 9-0. What else can you say except this team who came in, Sibley Cheaton, 2-6.
Yep.
Gave us a heck of a run for our money.
They played really well last week and gave us everything we wanted, especially early in that game. I think, we talked about it in the open about injuries playing a big key role in tonight's game. And I think that part of what last week was a reflection of those injuries. The Saints next man up and do enough to win, right? Survive and advance, go 1-0 this week. That was the mission last week. That'll be the mission this week.
Got it. Historical matchups mean nothing, but according to the stats here, it's 9-1
Yep.
Saints.
And
Last
I believe
time
this,
Lake Mills won this was in 2008, the first time that this stat was captured from Varsity Bound. So there you have it. That's kind of the lowdown for tonight. Thank you, Varsity Bound. Thank you, Varsity Bound. Thank you, Milk House Candles, for sponsoring tonight's CG Scroll.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services in Stacyville, Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team's experienced agents understand the unique risks and needs of the agricultural community. They offer competitive rates and comprehensive coverage to protect your farm, equipment, crops, and livestock. Choose Focus Insurance for reliable service, market expertise, and peace of mind.
Let's take a look at some defensive highlights, some things that Saint Ansgar needs to look out for tonight. Joe?
Yep, those are going to start here. 4th down stop. This was 2 weeks ago. They did a really nice job early in that game of shutting down. That was a big play right here. They played a 6-man front. That's what they did against us last time, the first time we'd seen it all year. I expect we will see it again tonight. They had us thrown off a bit. We still managed to find some seams, but not perfectly blocked like we'd seen. So the Saints will make an adjustment there tonight. 52-yard reception here to number 4, Landon Price. I think we will see Lake Mills throw the ball tonight. We committed last time to shut down their inside running game, and then they did this to us. They had 2 great big plays that accounted for 2/3 of their offense on the night. That was one of them there to Landon Price. capped off that drive with their only touchdown of the night, a 9-yard touchdown pass to Logan Bacon. Super hard pass to defend. There's not much you can do about that. Perfectly thrown ball there. Watch the misdirection on this play. Look at all the movement. We end up with this pitch going to the outside. I think, again, they will focus on getting the ball to Logan Bacon. He is their playmaker. They're going to do that on the ground like you saw in that last play, and then through the air with some of these quick crossing patterns like you see right here. So the Saints are going to have to step up and keep their eye on number 5.
I don't have the music there, but we're going to make an adjustment.
So this is Landon Price on a play that the Saints defense didn't enjoy watching at highlight day or on film day the next day. He just refuses to go down. The kid's fast, and a heck of a hustle play there by Brum to get him out of bounds. Saints win 31-6.
If you're interested in listening or seeing some offense, Saints on offense, stick around. That's coming up next.
At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Prairie Lakes Church in Osage. Services are every Sunday at 9 and 10:30 a.m.
When your lenders aren't farmers, it's pretty easy to make a harvest ad for them. But when your lenders are farmers, like at FSB, things get a little more complicated. So do us a favor and just ask us how we can help you grow your operation.
Wait till I get to tell them we still have to scoop manure tonight.
We promised Saints highlights. Joe, let's give them some Saints highlights.
All right, these are from last week versus the Sibley Cheaton Generals. Starts out here with a really nice run from Connor King early in this game. 30-yard run, kind of set the tone early for the Saints and what was going to happen in that rushing attack. End zone cam here gets us a little Connor King out to the edge for a nice 30-yard gain.
It's funny, you can see things going to open up here with the end zone cam.
Yep, exactly. This is Dylan Brum on a little pitch here. I think Dylan will be more active in the offense again tonight, depending on how those injuries play out that we talked about. The second field goal for Connor King on the season makes it good to make him 2 for 2 for the season.
The only score in the first quarter.
That's correct. Hunter Hillman here. Watch Jay Suizel about to get just absolutely murdered. Stays in there, gets it out to Hunter Hillman, who turns it upfield for 8 or 9 extra yards. Really good play by both those gentlemen there. Mr. Slippery himself, Tyson Klein, on the nice gain here. A 15-yarder or so right up the middle was a big part of the offense in the second half, and I think that'll continue to be there. Reagan Witt here. That's Corbin Michaels there that caps it off. Tyke Remster punt return. We talked about Slippery with Klein. Tyke here's the same way. Just really hard to bring down. Makes that first guy miss, then one more, then another, then a fourth, right? The fifth guy says, I'm going to need help, so he forces him back inside to tacklers 6 and 7 to try to bring him down. Reagan Witt caps this drive off with a touchdown run here to kind of put this game out of hand. The Saints win 23-6.
So good win for the Saints, one game at a time. Tonight, Lake Mills. We're going to come back right after this with state rankings. And we're going to talk a little bit about the playoff scenario. So stick around. Hey, you're looking for a great place to watch the game? Try CB Brandt's Pub and Grill in Saint Ansgar. Want to see today's specials? Facebook search CB Brandt's Pub and Grill. 1,000 followers, can't possibly be wrong.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at BET Roofing is the people that sell you your roof, the people that give you estimates are the ones that actually are on the job site every single day, putting shingles on your roof, looking over projects, and just making sure that things are held to the highest quality that you would expect for your home.
For nearly 30 years, we have been a partner to the communities in Northeast Iowa. fulfilling the energy needs of our neighbors and friends. A good partner knows your business and understands your needs. Providing the highest level of service possible is our mission. Our customers count on us to reliably and safely deliver the fuel products they need to keep their productivity high whenever the need arises. We are continuously improving our capabilities by adding storage, improving the fleet, or utilizing new technology. We've put together a well-rounded team of specialists who welcome the opportunity to answer your questions and assist your plans. These efforts result in a better experience for our customers. At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Saint Ansgar State Bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. Saint Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
With everything at stake, and I mean everything at stake for these two teams tonight, Joe, let's take a look at the Iowa High School Athletic Association's official poll for Class A, and then let's roll into what does the playoff scenario look like for these two teams playing tonight.
You bet. So let's just look at this poll quickly because it does play into what happens from here, and we'll talk about that here on the next slide. But your Saints remain number 1, Woodbury Central 2, West Hancock 3, Madrid 4, Wapsie Valley 5, Lisbon, remember that one, Lisbon number 6. Okay, and I'll tell you what here in a minute. ACGC is 7, Starmont is 8, Linville Sully 9, and Akron Westfield is 10. If there was an 11, it would be East Buchanan, in my opinion. Okay, and I tell you that for a reason as well. East Buchanan would be right outside of this top 10. Okay,
all right.
So now let's look ahead. What happens from here? Right. Okay, so how the state sets this up is starting with this week, with the round of 16, I will call it, they set up pods. Okay, so these are the Class A pods. There are 4 pods of 4 teams in Class A. We are in pod number 1, where we will play Lake Mills, obviously. On the other side of pod number 1 is East Buchanan and Lisbon. Okay, so East Buchanan plays at Lisbon tonight because Lisbon is the district champion and is undefeated. Okay, so the winner of tonight's Saint Ansgar Lake Mills game will play the winner of the East Buchanan Lisbon game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the possibilities for the Saints. Okay, we are Saints TV, so we're gonna let's focus on that. Let's say the Saints get past Lake Mills tonight, win this game. Okay, if East Buchanan beats Lisbon, the Saints will play next week at home versus East Buchanan. Okay, it'll be at Saint Ansgar that game because the Saints are undefeated. And East Buchanan has a loss. And
so record matters.
Loss.
Record matters first.
District records matter first. That is the first tiebreaker. They would have to come to us. If the records are the same, okay, now we're going to go to an alphabetical tiebreaker. This year, that tiebreaker goes in alphabetical order, not reverse alphabetical order, okay? My English isn't great, but I believe L becomes before S, which means Lisbon would be the home team in a Saint Ansgar Lisbon matchup. So Saints win, take care of business tonight, and Lisbon wins, we go to Lisbon next week. Okay? That scenario plays out over the next 2 weeks in each of the 4 pods. They get down to 1 team in each of the 4 pods, right? There are 4 teams remaining. Those 4 teams will go to the semifinals in 3 weeks in the Dome down in Cedar Falls. And now we revert back to those rankings that were on the previous slide again. Okay. And we
can go back to that.
The state will, they're telling us, this is the first year this poll has existed, but they're telling us that they will seed those teams in the semifinals based on these rankings, which means, again, let's project. We want to know every week, but let's project, right? Saint Ansgar is the number 1 team. There's not another set of rankings coming. Saint Ansgar gets to the Dome, they will be the number 1, and will play the lowest remaining seed in the playoffs.
Got it.
That's why this matters. That's what they did for baseball. They were true to their word. The 1 played the 8, the 2 played the 7. They did it for volleyball as well, so I believe the girls are playing, they are the 5 seed, I believe. Our Saints are.
Yep.
Congrats to those ladies. I don't know if we've mentioned that yet. I'm sure we probably did. Like, this is a little pre-recorded, but I'll say it again. That was so awesome for those girls. So fantastic to see that. So the Saints play in the state volleyball tournament on Tuesday. We will talk about that many times tonight. But my point is they will use these rankings to set those up once all of these pods on the next screen here, once all these pods play themselves out, then we will determine who plays who in the semifinals. So, you couple big games tonight. West Hancock plays Starmont at Starmont. Because of that loss to St. Ansgar, West Hancock has to go to Starmont because they were the district champion. West Hancock obviously was not. So that'll be a good game. Makokota Valley plays Wapsie Valley. Those both of Pod C games, I think, are going to be fantastic football games. Should be a good night. Of course, the rest of the teams are going to spread out in the far northwest and southwest corners of the state, so we just don't know them as well. But we'll try to keep an eye on those scores as we can throughout the night tonight. We'll try to give you some updates. But that's what the playoff picture looks like. Obviously, got to win tonight to worry about next week, but we want to give you that glimpse of what happens from here. So potentially.
At Farmers State Bank, we have a proud tradition of commitment of excellence.
Hey guys, what's all the big production about?
We have a couple job openings that we're looking to fill, so we're making a commercial.
Just tell them you're going to pay them well. We're really pretty easy to get along with most of the time, and there's plenty of room for advancement or whatever.
At Farmers State Bank, we have a proud tradition of paying you, being pretty easy to get along with most of the time, and there's plenty of room for advancement or whatever.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Saint Ansgar Chiropractic.
Soy, wax, beads. The foundation of better candle making is built on cleaner burning, soy-based candle wax. American Soy Organics. Better wax for candle makers, by candle makers.
Leaving your crops unprotected from droughts, floods, hailstorms, and pests can leave a farmer at serious risk of losing their equipment and their land, putting their family's future at risk. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
Let's take a look at some offensive and defensive lineups for tonight.
All right, let's start with on the Saints side of the football. Senior tight end Hunter Hillman, Jacob Eberling, Chase Nevitt, Dylan Hansen, Matthew Easley, and Braden Halverson across that line. We've talked about it all year. Those guys have done big work up front. Got a big challenge in front of them tonight, especially with Lake Mills running that 6-man front on defense. So they'll need to step it up and play one of their best games of the season tonight there across the front. Tyke Remster, wide receiver, Jay Schwiesow, junior quarterback, Reagan Witt, senior fullback, and then Connor King and Christian Michaels are penciled into that starting lineup on offense. Obviously, those are the two guys we've been watching injury-wise, so we'll keep an eye on that early in this game to see if they're both able to go tonight. If not, I think we'll see a lot of Corbin Michaels, Christian's little brother, baby brother Corbin, as I like to call him.
They look the same. They look the same. They're built the same. Exactly. They run the same.
Thank goodness their numbers are far apart, so I have some chance of telling which one it is. But I think we'll see Corbin and Mr. Flash Klein himself stepping into those spots. Yeah. And then, like I said during highlights, I think Dylan Brum also have a big role tonight. So it's next man up mentality if those two guys cannot go, and we don't know. So we'll find out with you guys do live on the field. We'll try to keep you updated on that. Lake Mills offensively, wide receiver Nash Delger on the outside. At the other side, Garrett Ham, wide receiver, and then their guys up front who did a fantastic job 2 weeks ago: Lance Helming, Brody Lawson, Aiden Stensrud, Wyatt Hanna, Chase Getsky. Again, they're kind of that same way. Their offensive line starts with them. They did a good job of blocking last time for Logan Bacon at the running back spot. Alex Manis, another senior running back. Hayden Helgeson is their junior quarterback. Did a nice job last time. We talked about that in highlights. He has a really nice touch on a couple of really nice passes against us last time. Bo Kaufman is the what I'll call the fullback of the operation. He is the big, strong guy in the middle. We shut him down last time. The Saints will look to do that again tonight.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Colbert Realtors, with service you can depend on and know-how you can count on. Candle Genius back at you with Not Your Average Joe. Man, I'm getting excited. It's getting so close to kickoff. Let's talk about
keys to Saints' victory tonight.
You bet. Yep. I think it starts, as always, with Saint Ansgar football by winning up front. So my number one key tonight is win up front. We talked about the 6-man front and what they did with that last time and how they sort of disrupted our communication and our blocking on the offensive line especially. So we're going to need to be better with that. We have to win up front to win this game. There's period. End of story. Number 2, limit big plays. We talked about it. They feast on big plays. Here's your stat of the night to prove that I'm not just saying that. I believe it. 2 weeks ago, Lake Mills had 174 yards of total offense against us.
I know where you're going.
107 of those were on 2 plays. 107 of their 174 yards came on 2 plays. They will beat you doing that. That's not a diss. That's not a I think they're not a very good football team comment. That's a they scare me comment.
Yeah.
They're able to do that. That's how you go beat teams that you go upset teams is by having those big plays. Or number 3, turnovers, right? That's the other thing. So hang on to the football is how we're going to say it this week. I think turnovers is one of my keys to the game, like 4 weeks running, but I've said it 4 different ways, so it's okay. It's totally new and exciting, but it's playoff football, right? You can't give up big plays, and you can't give them extra opportunities to score or prevent yourself from scoring by giving up the football. So you got to hang on to it. I heard the coaches say this week, don't let the refs decide, you decide. Hang on to that football all the way to the ground. Get up off the ground and hand it to the official. Then there's no doubt you've got the football. Hang on to that thing.
That's good advice.
All the way through. I think that's the key to victory. What a great season this has been. What a fun time this has been. The coach's message this week that I heard a couple of times was keep writing your legacy. And if you're these seniors, that's what this is about, right? There's only been 8 teams, I believe. This team tonight, if they win 10, Saints football teams that have won 10 football games. This does not happen often. And, of course, we're spoiled because it's happened a bunch. I think 7 of those times have been in the last 18 or 20 years since Coach Clevenger's been here. Credit to the job he's done. But this group is writing their legacy, and they continue to write this. Let's write chapter number 10 tonight.
I love it. I love it. Special thanks to the STA Stream team. We've got some help out there on the cameras tonight, so watch for some special angles. Thanks to the help from those guys. Also, there's some nice little nuggets in there from the STA Stream team. Just little creative pieces that you'll find here. You've already seen a bunch of them.
Yep.
Here as we do this, and then stick around third quarter. We've got Slammin' Sammy P coming back. He's gonna do the play calling third quarter. He's the 5th grade phenom. Calling the plays for us. He's going to be back here. A very, very popular piece of what we do. So stick around. We're going to get the camera on the field when we come back as we prepare for kickoff in this game. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Saint Ansgar is a thriving community in north central Iowa with a lot to offer. Founded in 1853 by a group of Norwegian immigrant farmers, Saint Ansgar is a small town with culture, character, and charm. Known as the Garden Spot of Iowa, it is a wonderful place to grow your family or business. You might not expect all the wonderful amenities you'll find here. Within our shops, you'll find unique gifts, home decor, collectibles, and antiques. You'll also find restaurants, outdoor activities, and events. Saint Ansgar is a great place to visit any time of the year, and we take pride in our schools. Our youth are provided the highest quality education in a secure, positive, and challenging environment, empowering all students to reach their full potential. Saint Ansgar welcomes visitors and newcomers with open arms and warm smiles. Come visit and see why so many people proudly call this area home.
Field for the coin flip.
Guess what time it is?
Do you want to?
Guess what time it is?
It is game time.
It's game time. It's game time.
I think we got a little sideline cam volume going on here.
I can turn that. I can fix that.
That's what we got going on there. It is game time. It is. It is football weather here in Saint Ansgar. According to my wrist here, I believe it's a watch. It says 15-mile-an-hour northwest wind, 37 degrees. It is chilly, but it is football night, so it is time. It appears as though the coin toss is complete. Lake Mills has won the toss and deferred. So Lake Mills will kick it away, and the Saints will receive here to start tonight. So we'll get a look at that offense right away, and we'll, like I said, we talked about in the pregame. We'll keep an eye on a couple of guys, and we'll know kind of who's going to participate on offense anyway right away here. So Christian Michaels, Connor King are both suited up. They both went through warm-ups. They both appear to be on both legs steadily. So I think good start. If you're a Saints fan, that is a good sign that they both appear to be going to be involved in this football game. Good for them. Really, really cool deal, obviously. Like we talked about, they're seniors. They want to soak up every play they possibly can here in this season. So here we go, 9-0, looking for 10-0. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Win or go home time.
Yeah, big night, really big night. Thank you, by the way, for all the chats. We got a bunch of you out there on the stream. Many of you came in early to see the pregame things that we put together. Saw some of the highlights of the STA stream team. That's a student body, the student group that helps with these broadcasts for Saints TV. We got a few guys out here on camera tonight. I got Kyler next to me. We got Ethan and Lucas down below capturing some footage from the field. So here we go with kickoff. Not Your Average Joe calling the plays. And Kennel Genius here running the technical side of things.
Delger kicks it off. It's going to be fielded by an up man there. Brought up the center. Down to the 30-yard line where he's tackled, and the Saints will start 1st and 10. Connor Mullenback on the return there. So sophomore Connor Mullenback gets a touch early in this game. With the kick return, Saints will start from the 30-yard line. Obviously, we talked about in the pregame part 2 here, right? We're doing this for the second time in 3 weeks. The Saints and Lake Mills Bulldogs will match up here. So we talked about watching that front line, see what they do. They are going to start in that 6-man front again with a linebacker rolled up. Let's see how the Saints adjust to attack that defense. Going to start with a pitch. It's Brum. He's tackled nicely by Price after a short gain. So we talked about getting Brum involved early. They do that. He gains a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 31-yard line. Good angle there from the sideline cam. Good tackle by Price. Really good tackle by number 4. He was a factor last time in this game, both on offense and defense, and he starts well tonight.
Brum's quick, Brum's slippery, and that was a very good defensive play.
Schweiss out under center. Hands it off. Breaks a tackle.
Wow.
Across the line again for a 1st down. Tyson Klein with the carry. Really nice job. Thought he was down, but he did a nice job of finding the seam there and keeps it going. I think we'll see on the handoff here. Looked a little shaky.
Yeah, it was.
And that helped him keep low, I guess. And does a nice job breaking through. Alex Manis in on the tackle early there. Brum goes in motion. Schweiss keeps and then hands off to Klein. Nothing doing. Kaufman in to disrupt that play in the backfield. No gain for the Saints on 1st down. Really good job. Really good play by Kaufman on 1st down. So a little trickery there, a little misdirection. It does not work as it's sniffed out and played well by Kaufman. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. Handoff goes to Klein, breaks a tackle, drags him on down to the 30-yard line. Across midfield, down to the 30-yard line, 25-yard gain for Tyson Klein on 2nd and 10. Guy's hard to find, hard to tackle.
Oh, yes,
He's done it all year long when he's gotten his opportunity. Obviously, he's in there, which means Christian Michaels and Connor King are likely not. That's what we've seen. We've got Dylan Brum, that looks like Connor Mullenback and Tyson Klein, as well as Reagan Witt in the backfield. This one goes to Klein again, tries the right side, falls ahead for 5 yards on first down. That'll make it 2nd down and 5. Another good gain for Tyson. Smart, patient runner, follows his lead block there. Does a nice job getting 4.5 on the play.
Great job by Lake Mills there, kind of doing what they can to.
Yep, kind of that gang tackle, everybody involved. Bacon, Manis, Stensrud all in on the tackle there. Back to the wishbone, the Saints go. Hand off to Mullenback, tries the left side. Gain of 4 or 5 for Mullenback. On 2nd and 6, he's going to be just short of the first down. We'll call it 3rd and 1. Clock about to tick, under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Good start for the Saints as they drive across midfield down near the 20-yard line here. She's 4 down territory, so the Saints will get 2 cracks at 1.5 yards here.
Feels a lot like Saints football, doesn't it, Joe?
It sure does. It sure does. Great start for the Saints. Pounding the rock early. Handoff goes to Klein. He gets the first down and more. Hanging on to that football is brought down by Manis and Bacon, but not before he gets a first down across the 15, down at the 14, 1st and 10 Saints. We got a couple of leaves on the field that appear to be flags on the screen. So if you don't be alarmed by what looks like a flag on the field. That is not. It's thrown me off a couple of times on a couple of good games. Like, oh no, that's flag. No, it's not. Shrisau under center. Hands it off. I believe that is Klein again. Gain of 3. Kaufman in on the tackle. Gain of 3 on first down. Saints will take that all night long. Tyson there again, tries that right side. Good blocking there by Mullenback. Gets a piece of his guy to help him get those 3 yards. So again, King and Christian Michaels are not in the game here offensively for the Saints to start this game. Handoff. Klein again.
I thought Klein was going on that one. He hit a wall.
He did. But he got 3 again, 3.5. So it'll be 3rd down and a long 4. Let's call it 3rd and 5. Saints are driving here inside the 10-yard line to start this game. First possession of the game. Handoff goes up the middle. Reagan Witt. I think that's good enough for the first down. Just he had me confused, and it looks like maybe some of the Lake Mills defense, and it is 1st and goal Saints inside the 5-yard line. Great play call there and a great execution by the offensive line and Reagan Witt. Let's watch this thing. Yeah, everybody's coming after Klein going this way, and Witt's got it going up the middle for a nice gain and a first down, key first down early in this game. Reagan Witt, touchdown, Saints! And the Saints march down the field, running play after running play after running play. I told somebody this week we'd see a bunch of passing. There you go.
You're always right somehow. How did you know, Joe?
We ran it down their throat with our leading rusher and our second leading rusher on the sideline. Down the field, the Saints go, make it 6-0 on a Reagan Witt 3-yard touchdown run to start this game. Winia on to do the kicking. Freshman Colton Winia kick is up, and it is good. Got a bunch of air under that one.
We got a lot of air under that one for sure.
Connor King is the normal place kicker as well. We talked about the injuries last week. It looks like they're going to hold him out of the kicking game, and so far he has not been in the game on the offensive side of the football either. But next man up, right? Tyson Klein, Dylan Brum, Connor Mullenback, Reagan Witt. Reagan's been there all year, but those other 2 guys haven't played a lot in the early parts of games anyway. in several weeks, and all they do is come on and march right down the field, go 70 yards for a Saints touchdown.
Very, very Saints-like. Take a look at the replay from the sideline cam. You can see just how close that was to not getting far enough to go over. But great job, Colton Winnie. Another kick, another point. Really great to see you succeed this year as a freshman kicker.
Yep,
this
awesome.
kid, he hadn't, as the year started, he just had never kicked before. And coach we saw said, well, let me see you kick. And really great story. Just had a natural talent for it.
Yep.
Clearly he had kicked before, maybe on the playground in elementary.
Right. Yep, and improved it here, and how he gets his opportunity. Again, next man up mentality. Be ready, because you never know when it's your turn. It's Colton Winnie's turn tonight, and he does a good job of capping that drive off with an extra point. And here he goes to kick it off the first time for the Saints. Back to receives Price and Manis. It is fielded by an up man.
Short.
Across the 30. Out of the 32-yard line. Good short kick there. Was fielded by Ham. Not to be confused with Bacon, but Ham this time across the 30.
I'm sure they get a lot of that.
34-yard line. I just can't get enough of that dad joke. I'm going to keep telling it until somebody laughs. So go ahead and laugh out there if you like.
Carmen Kittleson, thank you for chiming in. Molly Lawrence, thank you. Deanna Rusted. Corey Hanna, go Bulldogs. Hey, glad to have some Bulldogs fans here, too. Our goal is to bring you the game the best we can. Obviously, we're Saints TV. We might be a little...
Helgeson fumbles the snap, and the Saints say they're on it. Let's see what we get on the field. Do the officials agree? They do. Saint Ansgar football. Lake Mills fumbles the snap on the first.
Here's a replay right here.
He just never had it. Went to turn around and hand it off. Never had it. It rolls around, and is it Corbin Michaels? I can't tell who jumps on it. Hunter Hillman?
Let's try this other hand. They're a little bit behind him here, but let's see if we can see from this other angle kind of what happens on the ground there. It might be tough to see from here, too.
I did notice Connor King and Christian Michaels both in the game on defense. So, interesting. So, they're not playing offense to start, but they were both in on defense. Hand off to the deep man there. After the turnover for the Saints, that's Corbin Michaels with a gain of 2 on first down. So the Saints strike first in the turnover department. Turn over the Bulldogs on their first offensive play. And the Saints are in business at the 30-yard line. 6 minutes to go here in the first half, already leading 7-0. See if the Saints can capitalize on a turnover here. 2nd and 8. Ball is on the ground. Schwiesau jumps on it and recovers it for the Saints. So broken play there. Not sure exactly what happened, but Schwiesau alertly jumps on it, gains a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. Can we see in the replay here, Eric? What do you see?
And that looks like a botched handoff of sorts.
Yep, it was going to Klein, and they just had too much distance, too much separation there. Or perhaps it was not going to Klein, and Klein knocked it out of his hand. I'm not sure which, but either way, the Saints clean that up. Try to rebound here. Need a big play on 3rd and 7.
3rd and more than normal here. I agree. It feels like a passing opportunity.
It is. Schwiesau back to pass, throws it up to Hunter Hillman, and it is caught.
Wow.
Touchdown, Saints! Jay Schwiesau to Hunter Hillman for a 30-yard touchdown pass.
Wow.
What a dime.
Oh, that pass was brilliant.
Just a perfectly thrown football to a guy who's 6'4" in the corner. Hunter goes up and gets it. Defender's in good position. Hunter's just so big and so coordinated that you can't stop that.
I think the defender
13-0 Saints.
I think the defender wishes that he was 6'4". I think he's 6'5" or 6'6". But he's a big boy. He can jump. That was a great play.
Winnie on for the extra point. Schwiesau does the holding. Kick is up, and it is good. Saints 14, Bulldogs 0. With 7 minutes gone in the first quarter, this game goes Saint Ansgar's way early. The Saints start with a 70-yard touchdown drive. Lake Mills fumbles the snap on their first offensive play. The Saints jump on it. 2 plays later, it's a 30-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Hillman Schweiss out of Hillman for another touchdown connection on their 13th passing touchdown of the season for the Saints, and it's quickly 14-0 Saint Ansgar.
And for the Bulldogs, who are a good team, this is going to be, we are 5 minutes, we got 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah.
This is going to be really tough for even a team as good as the Bulldogs, who advanced to the second round here, to overcome.
Yep. This is not what, they could not afford to get behind early in this football game, so they're going to have to regroup. They are well coached. They've got a bunch of seniors over there. I don't have any doubt that they will gather themselves here and try to get right back in this game. But offensively, they need results here early to try to get themselves out of this hole.
You mentioned the pregame, big plays. This team is very capable of big plays, and a big play can even that score up in a hurry.
In a real hurry.
Just need to not allow that defensively.
Yep. Winia's kick falls at about the 25-yard line. Brought down immediately there across the 30. Let's call it the 33-yard line for Manis. Another well-placed kick for Winia, right? He doesn't kick it quite as deep as Connor King. They are 4 years apart in age, and there's a difference between an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. Speaking of 18-year-old,
oh my,
Connor King and his twin sister Morgan turned 18 years old tomorrow. So if you see the King twins, wish them a happy birthday. On behalf of Saints TV, happy birthday, Connor. Happy birthday, Morgan. So as the early birthday present, Connor King is on the field here defensively. He comes around the end, hand it off. That's Kaufman. Short gain on first down. Good job by the interior of the Saints defensive line and the linebacking crew. Reagan Witt and Dylan Hansen are the last two off the pile there. So really good to see Connor King out there. Looks like he's going to play defense here tonight. We have not seen him on offense yet, but he is out there on defense. Christian Michaels is out there as well on the far side linebacker, outside linebacker. So Christian Michaels on the field defensively as well. Handoff. Fooled everybody, including me. That's Kaufman. That is Price. So that's what Lake Mills does. They run all this misdirection. We talked about big plays. There's one right there. Cross midfield down to the 32-yard line. Goes Landon Price, who gouged the Saints for 107 yards on 2 plays 2 weeks ago. They go right back to that well early here tonight. And like I said, we had everybody tackled. The problem was not the guy who had the football.
With you, I was fooled on that as well. And obviously there was many in the red jerseys fooled on that one.
Yep. Handoff up the middle to Kaufman. Short gain on the play. Gain of 3 for Kaufman. They bottled him up pretty well last time. The Saints defense did. We'll look to do that again tonight. 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 30-yard line of the Saints. So Lake Mills puts together an answer here early as they are driving with their second possession. Again, if you're just joining us, they fumbled their first snap, and the Saints jumped on it and turned it into 7. Helgeson under center. They run this double wing offense here. He keeps. Helgeson keeps. He is brought down. No gain right at the line of scrimmage. I didn't hear a whistle. I'm not sure the refs knew who had the ball. But Connor King in on that tackle for no gain to make it 3rd down and 7.
A question from Byung Sun, and I apologize if I mispronounce your name. The question about cleaning up the scoreboard. We'd have a funny angle on the scoreboard. It does look like it's floating up there at an angle, and it just happens to be that we have a funny angle of it. We did some work to try and get it straightened out. But
hand off to Kaufman there. He plows ahead for a gain of 5. So the Bulldogs there thinking 4-down territory. Try to make it 4th and short. They do that. It'll be 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Let's call it 4th and 3 from the 25-yard line. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Big play here. Let's see what the Bulldogs decide to do. If they keep it on the ground or go to the air. Helgeson under center. Puts a man in motion. Hands it to that motion man. That's Bacon. And he is brought down short of the line to gain. Reagan Witt and others in on the tackle. Nothing doing there. That is Manis on the carry. He does not get the first down. No gain on the play. Saints turn over the Bulldogs on downs.
Great hits there.
Is it Reagan Witt and Corbin Michaels, right, on that tackle?
If you get back on that replay here, if we got time for it, take a look at how the Saints just attack.
Yep.
And just make sure that he's not getting anything extra on that play.
Carson Sparrow doesn't get the tackle there, but he forces him in where we can make the tackle. Handoff to Klein. Runs ahead where he's met by a host of Bulldogs, including Manis and Bacon. So Tyson Klein on first down gets 7. Give him forward progress across the 30. Second down and 3. Exactly what the Saints need to do on first down. Get 5 or more yards on first down.
I agree. Avoid those long third down situations for sure. Second and manageable is kind of nice. It's good. Put you in a good spot for third.
Exactly. Opens up the playbook, allows you to do a lot of things. Keep them off balance here. Carry there over the left side. That is Connor Mullenback. Gains a yard on second down. Let's give him 2. Third down and 1. So Connor Mullenback, just a sophomore again, hasn't played a lot in the second half of the season and early parts of the game. He's the next man up.
Absolutely.
He's in for Connor King tonight. So we just trade Connor for Connor, and he's doing a great job to start this game this evening.
You hear me use the term slippery all the time. Connor's another one of those guys.
You bet. Schwiesau keeps. Gets the first down out to the 40-yard line. Good play design, good decision by Jace to keep, and he gets the first down. So first down Saints at the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. Another long sustained drive here, and that's it's going to be a very long night for the Lake Mills Bulldogs if the Saints can go ahead and punch this thing in here and go up 21-0. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Schwiesau hands it off to Klein, who takes a big hit, but gets 3 yards on first down. So it'll be second down and 7. The clock winds here. There'll be less than 15 seconds to go in the quarter. I have a feeling the Saints will be happy to take this one to the second quarter with a 14-0 lead over the Lake Mills Bulldogs.
Great spot to be. If you remember, if you're here last weekend, the score was 3-0 Saints on a field goal. Was with the second field goal of the year for the Saints. This one feels a little more Saints-like in how the first quarter went and how we were running. The ball, just a lot of black and blue type, go after them.
Exactly.
Kind of Saints play.
That's exactly what we see. This is what I'll call old school Saint Ansgar football. We're going to go hit you in the mouth a bunch of times early in this football game. And so far, it has all gone the Saints' way.
So as we finish the first quarter, we enter into the second here momentarily. Let's take a quick break and talk about some things. One, we want to thank FSB and Grain Millers. Thanks to you, during the regular season, our kids are able to, our students, entire student body is able to attend all the Saints activities totally for free. The student section is phenomenal this year. Great job, students. Thank you, FSB. We've got a little bit of a snippet here coming into halftime. There's a small interview with Drew Clevenger taken from a podcast from the Ref Bros. And so you'll want to catch that. We'll give you some details as to how to find that, but we'll give you just a little snippet on that one. Also, you kind of see this little barcode hanging around the bottom of the screen here during the game. This is our Give Butter campaign, and we're going to go back to game here now. We'll come back to this slide.
You bet.
But obviously, we're really appreciating the great people out there who are donating to the cause to make these streams free.
Schwiesau hands it off. Straight up the middle goes Reagan Witt. Witt with a short gain on second down. Make it 3rd and 6. So just a yard there for Reagan. Again, 2 weeks ago, they did a really good job of bottling up our fullback dive play, and they have done that early in this game as well. 3rd down and 6 for the Saints.
That's magical. That is magical.
Chris, I think that's here, yeah. So Chris Nelson, thank you for reaching out from Nelson Media Company. Is
Back
Fritz
to
on the
pass.
call?
Schwiesau, it is blocked, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Really good play by the defensive end there just to get his hands up and knock that ball back as Schwiesau was trying to find a man in the flat. Good defensive play for Lake Mills, and St. Ansgar will punt for the first time tonight.
Yeah, that really was a great defensive play.
I didn't see. Was it Helming that got up and knocked that thing down? No, Helming's on this side. Must be Stensrud. Yep, Stensrud on the other side. Does a nice job of getting his arms up and knocking that thing down. So Connor King is the normal punter as well. He is not punting tonight. That looks like Mr. Carson Sparrow himself with a really nice punt and a great roll fielded by Manis. He breaks the tackle, but is brought down at the 24-yard line. That is Price on the return. It was not Manis. That was Price on the punt return. He gets it out to the 24-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Lake Mills. So Lake Mills put together, on the strength of a big play last drive, put together a nice drive before turning it over on downs inside Saints territory here. They look to do that thing again. Good job by the Lake Mills defense to really stiffen. We talked about that. That would have been a back-breaking drive by the Saints offense. They could not get it done. Lake Mills shuts them down and keeps themselves in this game. Pitch out to Bacon. Gets outside, breaks a tackle. Has a gain of nearly 10 on the play. Good first down play for Lake Mills. That's really what they
great.
Need to do with him is get him outside. He's got so much speed and he's hard to bring down. He's dangerous when he gets outside. Christian Michaels on the tackle. See that pitch coming. Great pursuit. The Saints had it red. You just got to get to that sideline, which is much easier said than done when you're trying to beat a guy out there.
It was a great play to get that ball outside quick. Yep. Obviously gained, 8 or 9 on that play?
8 on that. 2nd and 2 here. Stensrud keeps right at the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down. It's Helgeson. The quarterback keeps there. So it is going to be first down Lake Mills. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Lake Mills. 2 good plays there back-to-back. Gets Lake Mills a first down. Helgeson did a good job there keeping. Understood what he needed. Got the first down. Back under center he goes. Puts Price in motion. Hands it off to Kaufman up the middle. Gets a nice gain on first down. That's a gain of 6. So the Saints spread out the Saints defense a little bit, following that motion, and that's opening up a couple of things for Kaufman up the middle there. So a nice gain on first down makes it 2nd and 4. Across the 40-yard line for Lake Mills on drive number 3. After turning it over on the first drive, turned over on downs. The second drive, they look to get back into Saints territory here. Pitch out to Bacon again, that same play. He does a nice job of finding the first down marker. It'll be first down Lake Mills at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's a play I think I've seen before here real recently, but it was effective the first time and enough to get him a first down here.
It's a little different motion. He comes from the other side this time, so it's super effective. We can get the same result but with 2 different looks, and that's what they did there. Good job by Logan Bacon. First down Lake Mills. Puts Bacon in motion. Hands it off the middle to Kaufman. Nowhere to go. Good job by the interior of the Saints defense. Chase Nedved on the tackle. No gain on first down. Makes it 2nd and 10. Cheesy in on the tackle early. Does a nice job of getting him down early. That's a big guy. That's a big fellow to try to tackle too, but when you're cheesy, that's nothing. You got this. Fun to watch him tackle guys. He's a guy who's really played well all year, and it's made a huge difference for this line. Helgeson keeps, falls ahead for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7, just shy of midfield. Keeper there by Helgeson. That's how they keep you off balance in this offense. They love that dive play, some of that toss and option stuff, and then Helgeson will keep it on you as well. So they really run a lot of different misdirection plays, and a bunch of guys can carry the ball at any time. Defense has got to stay home and stay on their side of the field, because if they get you going the wrong way, they'll go around the end here. 3rd down and 7. Helgeson back to pass. Throws it out to Price. It's caught, but he's tackled immediately by Christian Michaels.
Surprise, surprise.
Christian Michaels in on the tackle. They're going to give him a yard, but it'll be 4th down and 6. And Lake Mills brings on the punting unit. Christian Michaels, man, did we miss that guy last week.
Oh, yes, we did. And this is why.
This is why.
This.
Look at this tackle right here. Just textbook. He wasn't getting out of that. He's not going anywhere. Great tackle by Christian Michaels. Happy to see you back on the field, young man.
Yeah, looks like a guy who knows how to wrestle.
Yes, he does. I think there might be something to that. Dylan Brum, Tyke Remster back to receive the Lake Mills punt. It's a fake. Manis beats King to the outside and gets the first down. Good play there. Good play design. The Saints were on it. He's just quick, and he beat King to the outside there and gets the first down.
Got to give credit to Lake Mills for that one. Bold, courageous. You needed something. You take a chance right here, and it pans out for him.
Yep. When you could see it early that was a fake, and like I said, Hansen's there, King's there, Schwiesau's there. He's just quick enough. That's a really tough play to defend. Tyke Remster gets him out of bounds, but not before he picks up the first down on the fake punt. Bacon in motion. The handoff goes to him. He's got blockers out front. Is patient, waiting, going nowhere. Dylan Brum brings him down for a loss on the play. So after the fake punt, they lose a yard on first down. It'll be 2nd and 11. Just great pursuit, great defense for your Saints there.
Yeah, I saw those first 2 blockers and I thought, oh my gosh, like he's going, he's going to get some big yards on
out
this.
Front, but
they slowed him down enough. The pursuit of the remainder of the Saints made a difference.
Christian Michaels in there to help Dylan clean that thing up. Helgeson under center. Kaufman in the backfield. Price in motion. Going to be a pass. Going to throw it out to Bacon. It's caught. Gain of 5 on the play. Good catch by Logan Bacon.
Good catch. Good throw.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Corbin Michaels makes the tackle. Let's call it 3rd and 6.
Not a very good replay of that there. Get some.
So here we go again, 3rd down. I would imagine for Lake Mills, if they're going to fake it at midfield, they're definitely 4-down territory here. So the Saints will have 2 opportunities here to get a stop. The handoff goes to Kaufman. He gets the first down across the 30-yard line. Good run by Kaufman. And on the strength of that fake punt, they have put together a nice drive here. Lake Mills, like I said, across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. It'll be first down. Keeping the Saints defense off balance. We've limited the big plays, but they're eating us up 4 or 5 yards at a time here. Comes another one with a Kaufman run up the middle. He gets 7 on first down. He's doing a great job. They shut him down last time, and he's running like a man who does not want to get shut down this evening. He is plowing through the middle of that defensive line. The Saints will make an adjustment there.
Yeah, the conditions are a whole lot better for him, I'm sure, tonight, but I agree with you. He's a man on a mission.
Yep, he sure is. 2nd down and 4. They gave him 6 on first down. And that's what they do. They're going to lull you to sleep with that dive, fullback style play, and then they're going to try to get Bacon outside here. Pitch out to Manis. He's caught behind the chains and pushed out of bounds for a small loss or no gain on the play. See if we can see on the replay who got there. Corbin Michaels gets there and does a nice job of forcing him out of bounds after no gain. Maybe even lost a half a yard on the play. So it's 3rd down and 5.
That was 32.
30, Dylan Brum.
Yeah.
Yep. Dylan Brum was the first guy there. Came flying over. I should have guessed as fast as he was moving. That was Dylan Brum. Pitch out to Bacon. Got blockers in front again, but again, we force him to that sideline. And no gain on the play.
Another situation where you're looking from up here and you see the blocks. Like everything is just right for Lake Mills on that play, but Saint Ansgar's pursuit of that runner.
Yep. Dylan Brum, Jay Schwiesau. Force him down for no gain. And Lake Mills is going to call a timeout here They want to talk this one over with just 4 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the first half in what has been a wildly crazy fast first half.
It really has.
This is obviously a key play for both teams, but if Lake Mills is going to stay in this game, they need points out of this drive. They understand that. They're going to talk it over here. Quick score update for you from East Buchanan. Again, the winner of this, from Lisbon. The winner of this game will play the winner of East Buchanan and Lisbon. It is all East Buchanan. Unranked East Buchanan, 14, Lisbon 0 early in that game.
Really?
Yep. There was a bunch of internet experts who called that one, and so far it has been all East Buchanan, like 3-4 play drives and a bunch of early touchdowns for East Buchanan. And again, they're on the road. They're at Lisbon.
All right,
but here in
we did make an adjustment on that scoreboard. I can tell you, it looks pretty good on my screen. So
hopefully that helps.
Hopefully you're digging it too. Megan Porsche, thank you for chiming in.
All right. 4th down and 4.5. I'm going to call it. The scoreboard says 4. It is a long 4. Big play for both teams here. Let's see if the Saints defense can step up and get a big stop. Again, this would be their second stop inside the 30-yard line on 4th down. Helgeson puts a man in motion.
Oof.
Gets the Saints to jump and gets a free first down for Lake Mills.
Well, that's one way to get a first down.
Just a really good job on the hard count, it looked like. Broke out his Aaron Rodgers impression, and that's going to be first down Bulldogs. Gets the whole left side of the defensive line here to jump a little early. Does a nice job, and that'll be a first down. Timeout on the field. Official timeout. Looks like they need to get the chains reset here, I believe is what the timeout is for. So they're going to measure to determine if that is enough for a first down. We said it was a long 4.
It's a long 4.
We're going to need it to be 5.
If it's 5, that's it should be by definition. 4th and 4 plus 5 should be a first down.
Should be. Yeah. Let's see how good our eye was here. It is 4th down. Or it is first down. Excuse me. First down, Lake Mills. So it is enough. Mental mistake there for the Saints. It was first down Bulldogs. First time inside the red zone for Lake Mills. Bend but don't break has been the motto all year. Let's see if the Saints defense can hold them out of the end zone here before half. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the first half. Saints lead 14-0.
Duke Scoop, Travis Charleston, not with us tonight. He had a gig tonight, but he's listening. He's watching on Saints TV. The guy's talented enough to play guitar and watch Saints TV
Saints
at
football.
the same time.
100%.
That's why he's the Duke.
Helgeson under center puts Manis in motion. The handoff goes to Kaufman up the middle. Short gain met by a host of Saints after a gain of 1 on first down. Good job by the interior of the Saints defensive line there. Hansen, Nesvet, Christian Michaels, Reagan Witt, all in there early. Takes a village to bring down a young man of that size.
Ooh,
and
yes, it does.
They do a nice job of limiting to a gain of 1 on first down. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 16-yard line. Helgeson under center. Hands it off up the middle again. Nothing doing. Just a wall there, led by Connor King and Corbin Michaels.
That was less a host of Saints and more just a wall of Saints.
More a wall of Saints.
Kind of bounced right off of that one. Here's a replay from the sideline cam.
I like it. They're going to give him a yard. We'll call it 3rd and 8. From the 15-yard line. So 2-down territory here again for the Bulldogs. Saints need to be disciplined here. Showing pass. Helgeson drops the ball. It is fumbled. It's on the turf and recovered by Connor King. Happy birthday, Connor King.
Happy birthday.
That's a gift that he will appreciate getting there. Connor King recovers the bad snap after it's kicked around there. I can't wait to see that on the replay. And the Saints will have it at the 25-yard line.
Here from the sideline cam. Hopefully we got a good view of that.
Again, just never really had it secured. Bounced off of St. Connor King comes around the corner and says, I'll take that.
That's going to be better than any birthday present he gets tomorrow. I'm sure he'll take that over anything.
Absolutely. I tell you what he wants for his birthday is a Saints victory. Let's go 1-0 this week. That's what he says. I guarantee you that's what he cares about. Good job there. So the Saints turn the Bulldogs away again. 3:18 to go in the first half. It'll be Saints ball, the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to Klein. Short gain on first down.
Going back to Connor King, how does he always end up wherever a loose ball is on the ground?
He does.
He seems to have a knack for it, doesn't he?
He does. I think they call it a nose for the football, and he has got it. Yep. So the interior of that 6-man front that Lake Mills is running against us has really stiffened up, done a great job of stopping that inside run game. The Saints are going to have to look to do something different. They do that here. Get Mullen back outside, but he's brought down by Price. Really good tackle by Landon Price. Stops Mullen back for no gain on second down. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Clock running here in the second quarter. Saints lead 14-0. Defense has played really well for Lake Mills after that first drive. They've tightened up those gaps really well. Looks like the Saints are going to throw it here. Quick pass out to Brum. He breaks a tackle, slips another one, and gets a first down. Schweiss out of Brum for 10 yards and a first down on 3rd and 9. Great job by Jay Schweiss. Come up, hit that receiver, and Dylan Brum does the rest. Makes the guy miss, knows where those chains are, knows where that first down marker is, and goes and gets it. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Saints have the ball at the 37-yard line. Schweiss out in the shotgun here.
Another pass.
Another quick pass out that was intended for Klein, just a little overthrown. Had to throw it on a line or Price was going to pick it off, so he did a good job of reading the defense there. That defender was all over him. Pass falls harmlessly incomplete. Stops the clock. Minute 46 to go, 2nd and 10. You can see Price was crashing on that thing, and if he'd have hung that thing up, it would have been trouble. So, good job by Schweiss there to avoid disaster. Motion penalty on the Saints here. We're going to back them up 5 yards. Haven't been crisp in the second quarter, the Saints.
No. That first quarter, we're off to a running start, and we have since slowed down substantially.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5 here. Minute 46 to go. Or 2nd down and 15, with the Saints backed up here. I expect a couple of running plays and a punt. Or maybe we'll break one of those running plays, Mr. Sparrow. How's that sound? My point is, I don't think we'll get too crazy here with a 14-point lead to end the first half. We get a big play here.
Well,
like I said, what do I know? It's out to Dylan Brum.
Goodness.
It's caught. 20-10. Touchdown, Saints. Jay Schweiss out to Dylan Brum. You're welcome for the reverse announcer jinx. I told you we weren't going to do anything big there. So what do? We go out and throw a 65-yard touchdown pass. Schweiss out of Brum, and the Saints lead 20-0 with a minute 24 to go in this first half. That's an absolute backbreaker for the Bulldogs.
You know what? How long could you be tonight? Like, Joe, you're the smartest guy I know, and you've called 2 plays
I'm just really lucky.
wrong.
I'm just really lucky. But I'll take being wrong tonight because both times it's worked in my favor, or in the Saints' favor.
Goodness.
Winnie on to kick the extra point. Schweiss out with the hold. Winnie's kick is up, and it is no good. So it'll remain 20-0 Saints with a minute 24 to go in the first half. What do I know? I'm glad I'm not calling plays. That's why Clevenger's down there doing the hard work of actually calling those plays. Hillman might have scored a touchdown on the play,
Hillman's
too.
Like, throw it to me. These guys can't jump with me. And it doesn't matter because no one can run with
Nobody
Dylan
can
Brum.
run with Dylan Brum. No. Can we see that replay again? I got to see this one more time.
We see this sideline cam. We got time here to hit the sideline cam.
Look at this thing from the sideline. So you see, like I
And
said, Hillman's open, too. But Brum just outruns him. Price is right there. Price is very, very quick. Dylan gets him in that last step. Jace hits him right in the fingers, and he's gone from there. Nobody's catching Dylan Brum.
Price knows as soon as he lost him, like this
is bad.
This is not good. This is not good at all.
Oh, what a great play for the Saints to end this first half, at least offensively early. The Bulldogs have a minute 24 and 2 timeouts left, so down 20-0 in a playoff game, season on the line. They won't go away easily here to end the first half. They're going to try to get that 7 back here quick to end this first half. So with a minute 24 and a couple timeouts, the Saints will have to be ready on defense. But first, the kickoff. Freshman Colton Winia on to do the kickoff here. Short kick again, bounces across the 20-yard line. Or it's picked up by Manis, I believe. He patiently waits for a block, finds one, gains 5 or 6 yards on that return by just being patient. Hunter Hillman in on the tackle. The Saints do a good job of limiting that return. The ball's just across the 25, let's call it the 27-yard line.
And being patient on that, like you said, he felt like he was about to make something out of nothing on that.
Yeah, and he could have instead put his head down and run right into a tackle.
Absolutely.
Instead, he waited for a block and, like I said, got 5 or 6 extra yards out of it. Good job by Alex Manis. Helgeson under center. Puts Bacon in motion, hands it off to Kaufman up the middle. Hard run for Kaufman. Gain of 4. He fumbles at the end. The Saints pick the ball up, but they're going to say he was down. So Kaufman gains 4 on first down. The clock continues to run. Now timeout is called.
Good to see out here Brad Mulford, number 1 superfan Brad Mulford. Thanks for chiming in.
We have an injured Bulldog. That is why the clock is stopped. So officials timeout here. The Lake Mills did not use a timeout. It looked like they weren't going to. So, again, third time I'm wrong tonight. They look like they are happy to go to halftime and regroup. It is Helgeson who is down, or excuse me, Kaufman who is down on the play, the ball carrier. He has done a great job tonight, and unfortunately he doesn't appear to be able to put any weight on that left leg as they carry him off the field. I hate to see that. So Kaufman injured on the play. He's the ball carrier there. Just like that wall of Saints, host of Saints. Bring him down, and unfortunately he's not able to get off the field under his own power. They have to help him off the field there.
Tough. That's tough. Hope he's all right.
So
I don't like to see that.
Helgeson back under center. Puts Price in motion. Going to pitch it out to Bacon. In pursuit is Reagan Witt. Makes a really nice tackle in the open field on a guy who's really quick. Right at the first down marker. They're going to give him a first down across just about to the 40, I guess just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be first down Lake Mills. The clock stops in high school football as they set it for play, and now it winds, so the clock is running under 40 seconds to go.
I think our sideline cam was fooled.
Pitch out to Price, and this is the speed guy. He's met and tackled nicely by Carson Sparrow. Almost called him Hudson. He'd have been mad at me about that. So Carson Sparrow makes a really nice tackle, and it appears Lake Mills is not going to call timeout, but they're going to rush to the line to get one more play off. So the Saints need to survive one more play here. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Lake Mills gets set. They get the snap off with 1 second left on the clock. Hunter Hillman gets the sack to end the first half. And the Saints dominate Lake Mills in the first half, lead 20-0. Lake Mills drove the length of the field twice in this first half, but the Saints come up big in both cases and stop them, prevent them from getting in the end zone. A big play for Saint Ansgar makes it 20-0 here as we head to half.
Yeah, offensive yards, they seem to be getting them. And, Joe, you're going to have those stats here shortly. I did miss a play there. We're going to go back to that one. We're just going to replay it here for you quick. But offensively, not
Not sure if that's the right play or not, but obviously they're not getting the points. They're moving. They've moved the ball down the field a couple times successfully. Their turnovers are just killing them right now.
Yep, exactly. Yep, they've got Lake Mills has 2 turnovers. They fumbled their first offensive snap, which the Saints turned into 7 very quickly. And then on that last drive, they were inside the 15-yard line, fumbled the third down snap. Again, I don't know exactly what happened there. Just hard to hang on that football in the cold weather. Ball hits the ground. The Saints pick it up, and right after I decided that they were going to be conservative, they throw a 60-yard touchdown pass to Dylan Brum, and the Saints lead 20-0 here at the half. So this game couldn't have started any better for Saint Ansgar. Exactly what the doctor ordered as we go to halftime here.
All right, we got our stream team crew here. Give me a couple minutes here, guys. Okay, we're going to go through a couple things, and then I'll make sure your battery packs are set up for second half of this one. Joe, you got a score update on the other game just now, or should we just go ahead and go to some other things?
No, I've got stats here, and I got a score update for you. So It is halftime at Lisbon. East Buchanan leads 14-0. So sort of like here, East Buchanan was up 14-0 in the first 5 minutes of that football game. Okay. Lisbon has settled down and has made some nice defensive plays. From looking through my feed here, it looks like they have attempted a field goal and missed it there to end the first half. So it is 14-0 East Buchanan over Lisbon. Again, the winner of this game tonight will play the winner of that game. So that's why we're keeping an eye on that one. I do have some stats here. Do you want to run something quick?
Why don't you do your stats? I'll make sure these guys have what they need, and then we'll come back and do some other halftime things that I want to take care of.
You bet. So at the half, Jay Suisau, 108 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. So, we talked about all year, we've talked about the diversity of this Saints offense and how it's made a significant difference, and that couldn't be any truer than it is tonight. 108 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Brum with 79 yards receiving and a touchdown. Hunter Hillman, 29 yards and a touchdown for the Saints. Rushing, Corbin Michaels has a carry for 2 yards. Jace has 2 carries for 7. Connor Mullenbeck has 3 carries for 7. Tyson Klein has 10 carries for 67 yards. Dylan Brum has a carry for a yard, and Reagan Witt has 3 carries for 9 yards. So in that first quarter, the Saints marched down the field all on the ground and did a really nice job there of making that happen. In the second quarter, Lake Mills defense decided they were gonna shut that run down, and so the Saints went to the air twice for basically 100 yards of passing and 2 touchdowns in that second quarter. So that diversity of offense really pays off there tonight for the Saints in the first half. On the Lake Mills side, they have just 2 completions for 7 yards, so they haven't done much through the air. On the ground, they are led by Kaufman and Landon Price, who both have 40 yards of rushing. So just doing some quick math here in my head, they have 90 yards of rushing in that first half. So Lake Mills did a really nice job of going down the field, just unable to punch it in. A couple of big plays by the Saints defense prevent points there in both cases, and Lake Mills goes to half scoreless on the scoreboard. Reminds me a lot of last time. And I watched the West Hancock Lake Mills game. That was the same way, where Lake Mills has had opportunities. They just can't punch it into the end zone against the top 2 teams in the district. And the same thing seems to be happening here tonight. So a bunch of adjustments are being made in those locker rooms right now. This will be a competitive second half. This game is a long way from over, I can tell you that. A whole half of football to go, but a great start for the Saints as they lead 20-0. I'm going to try to look for some more score updates here as we look through on Twitter here. Let's see if we can find. There's going to be. I want to see how Wapsie Valley. For those of you wondering where I can find these scores, the Bound app sometimes has them. If you have a Twitter account, you can just search some of these team names. In a lot of cases, they are going to put them out there. Like here, I just searched Wapsie Valley. Sure enough, Wapsie Valley, with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, leads Makokota Valley 12-0. So that game is all Wapsie Valley, which is, again, what the folks on the internet seem to expect. So that seems to be going the way most people thought it would. As I mentioned, Lisbon trails East Buchanan 14-0. If both of those scores hold, long way to go, but if both of these scores hold with the Saints leading 20-0 here and East Buchanan leading 14-0 at Lisbon, that game, Saint Ansgar versus East Buchanan, would be held here in Saint Ansgar. So both teams, or both things are trending the right way. Half of football to go in both cases to see if we can solidify that deal. Let's talk a little bit about volleyball. Congratulations to the volleyball girls of Saint Ansgar. For the first time in 35 years, the Saints volleyball team makes the state tournament. Congratulations. You know, we've talked about it. I talked with a couple other coaches this week about it's so fun to see that pay off, you know, whether that's speed and agility or lifting. You know, we started, you go back, a bunch of wrestlers, boys and girls, made it to state last year. The track teams, both boys and girls, well represented at state. The baseball team made it to state. The softball team was in the regional final. We go to this fall. The football team's in the state playoffs, you know, looking to find a quarterfinal berth here. The volleyball team's at state. What a credit that is to not only the kids that we have here, but the programs that our Saints coaches and teachers and parents are all pouring their hearts and souls into. These kids get up, boy, girl, don't care. They get up early 3 times a week in the school year, 5 times a week all summer long to come in and dedicate some time to weightlifting and getting faster and getting more agile. And I tell you what, has it paid off for Saint Ansgar Athletics. And so fun to see that work pay off. For, like I said, for all the sports. That's pretty incredible for a small school like ours to have a group of athletes like this that have put that kind of work in across the board, multiple sports, doesn't matter what it is. And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it and to be here watching these guys do this. So I'll tell you, I'll give you my thanks to everybody who helps make that happen, because it's a cool community thing, you know, and it's not always about winning and losing, but it's about that work paying off, and what a lesson that is for young people to learn that, oh, you want something, you got to work for it.
Yeah,
you got to put the time in.
You got it.
And when you do that, things like this happen. Good things like this happen. So yeah, I'm gonna let you talk about this.
Yeah, so let's move to that. Let's talk. Speaking of that, congratulations, all conference second team all conference, top of Iowa Conference East, Natalie Bork, senior this year. We got a bunch of these gals here, and again, how cool is it? First time in 35 years that this team is going to state. What an exciting, what an emotional evening it was on Wednesday night in Charles City. All conference, second team all conference, Ava Falk, congratulations. First team all conference, Lindsay Cruzy, congratulations. First team all conference, Kinsey Anderson, congratulations. Aspen Falk, first team all conference, congratulations to you. Also, Amelia Porish had an honorable mention, all conference honorable mention. Lila Powers in the cross country team qualified for state. We got a little picture of her qualifying for state here.
And today she ran.
And she
placed 32nd in the class. So what a fantastic job for Lila. Great result. Congratulations, Lila Powers.
Oh, also such a great athlete. And Lainey Hanna, congratulations for your cross country season. All conference second team. So this is just really exciting. And you're right. It's small town. Athletes just need to be athletes, and it's for sport athletes. And I have a senior this year, Joe. You got a senior this year. It's fun to go to colleges, talk to the coaches, and hear how much they love these small towns, because athletes are athletes. It's not just a baseball player, and that's what they're saying is, if in these bigger communities, if a kid can just play baseball, all of their major growth has happened already. But to get these small town kids who are they're getting up every morning, they're lifting weights, like you said, all summer, 5 days a week, all summer they're getting up early.
Yeah, I had the opportunity this week, just to give you a story, to go on a recruiting visit with my senior, with my son, and meet with a coach at a college program, very well respected college program, college coach. And he said, part of the reason we're interested in having you here is because you go to Saint Ansgar and you guys know how to compete. Every time you step on the field, you're expected to compete and you're expected to win. And that's a big deal, because we're going to expect the same thing when you get here, and we like that you already know how to do that. And I just, that's just, again, that sense of pride of, like you said, that's what our folks that's just what they know to do. And that what a huge compliment to everybody involved here with Saint Ansgar Schools.
We're going to do something a little bit different here right now. Just turn the lights on here upstairs. You can kind of see behind this slide. Sammy, can you help us out with something? We got Sammy here. Will you go grab that hat and that jersey over there? While he's doing that, let's talk about how we do this stream for free, especially during the playoffs when we got to pay the state to do this. And every game in the football gets more expensive. We are so grateful for those who have, and this is a funny little slide, right? We don't really recommend you eat butter. If it's your jam, it's your jam. It's not my jam, and I'm no medical doctor by any means. I'm not really going to recommend you do this. But we have partnered, St. Stevie has partnered with Give Butter. It's just a way to donate funds, a way to say, hey, you know what, I appreciate being able to stay at home and watch this stream. And then every week we're kind of highlighting the people who have given butter. And the biggest butter giver of the week gets the Better Butter Giver Award.
Easy for you to say.
That's Dennis and Jean Fitzel this week. So congratulations, Dennis and Jean. We're going to get the camera on. I don't know if I've got the, is this camera? Let me see if this camera puts on. Oh, no, I didn't know. I thought I had a slide here. Oh, no, that's not us. That is not us, but I can change that. I'm not opposed.
Duke's not here, but we can still make the technology work.
Work. So look, we got some really bad. We got terrible lighting. This cap right here. Congratulations, Fitzels. You win this cap. This is a Saints football cap, brand new this year, brand new style, brand new everything.
Limited edition. I haven't seen very many of those. Yeah, that's a cool gift.
It's a dandy. You've won this for being the Better Butter Giver of the week. But here's the kicker. You want to help us out here, Slam and Sam? You're going to help us out? Hold this thing up. Look at this.
Hold this guy.
This is going to go to the best butter giver of the year. If some of you out there give every week, and thank you for that. This is a signed jersey. 23, what does it mean? It's 2023, people. This is the season. This is a real jersey. This has been played in many, many times. And every single one of the seniors, you can't even see that, can you?
Nope,
every one of the seniors has signed this jersey, Joe.
Yep. Authentic,
everyone.
Game-worn Saint Ansgar Saint jersey signed by the 2023 seniors with the number 23 on it. What an awesome graduation gift. What an awesome thing to hang in Grandma's house. Yeah. And again, we're going to give this thing away, right? So yes, if I want a piece of this, Eric, how do I get that?
Give butter.
Give butter.
Give butter. Give butter. So with Give Butter, all the proceeds are going right back. By the way, nobody here gets paid.
Not even Sammy gets paid.
Not even Slam and Sammy is going to get, and you're going to listen to Slam and Sammy, the third quarter is coming up. You're here for Slam and Sammy. We don't get paid, but we love what we do. We love these teams. We love athletics. We love Saint Ansgar. So every dollar that you donate goes right back to the school. Saints Athletics, Saints Booster Club. It helps fund the jerseys so that we can, give them away once they get tattered and we don't need to look like slobs when we're out there playing the game. But every dollar that you give goes back, and many of you are sitting at home watching this game for free tonight, and you appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for giving butter. That is, and I'm going to go back to that slide right here. That's where we're honoring and we're saying thank you, Susan Swift. Thank you, Tim Halverson, Joan Koenigs, Beth Levan, Norma Bruner, Amanda Cruzy, Derek Heeman. Again, we see Derek Heeman come up all the time. Steve Groth, Lance Kittleson, Jeanette Diedrich, Terry Patterson, Sarah Nelson, Cassandra. This list gets longer every week, this is just last week. I'm only talking about the last 7 days. We redo this every Friday. Greg Anderson, Lori Gertz, Brad Mulford. Thank you, superfan Brad Mulford, and Mandy Graham. Your generous donations are so appreciated. We were able to get this signed jersey, and again, it's the best butter giver. We're going to accumulate every dollar that you have donated through our Give Butter campaign to your account. We've got record of who's given what, and the biggest donator gets the jersey. When the season is over, some of you want to mail your donation. Joe, I can't believe the number of people who have come by my office or gone to the bank or found somebody they know and said, hey, you're going to see Sparrow, right? You're going to see Candle Genius, right? Will you give them this check? Yes. Thank you. We're super humbled. You don't have to give. You do not have to give. But if you feel compelled, you can mail your donation, or you can go to our website, givebutter.com/saintsfan, or you can scan that QR code that's on your screen right now.
If they mail their donation, they're still eligible for this, right? They don't have to go through. If you're not technologically advanced, you don't want to use the app, you want to mail us a check, have right at it, you will still be eligible for this. The cutoff is next Friday, correct? Regardless of what happens at the end of this game, we're going to go the highest donator cumulative.
I was going to take it through until the Saints are done playing.
I love it. Let's do it. At the end of the season, whenever that is, we will take the highest donor throughout the entire football season here, and they're going to get this jersey.
You got it. You got it.
I love it.
All right. That's all I have to say about Give Butter. Do you want to? What do we got time here? We got
about 40 seconds, and then they're going to put 3 minutes, I believe, or a minute and a half, or 3 minutes back on the clock. So we don't have a ton of time here.
Sounds like a good time for trivia.
It does sound like a good time for trivia. Let's do it. We went into the archives this week for Joe's Trivia Question of the Week. Answer in the comments if you can. The 2023 Saints, we've talked about their defense. They've been great. 8.6 points allowed per game on average so far this year. In what year was the team record for fewest points allowed set? Ooh. So I'm looking for a year here. This is a team record, right? We do a lot of individuals. Let's talk about team here. When did the Saints allow the fewest points? And Merlin, you are not eligible to answer because I know you know. Merlin Thorson must have heard us talking. You got to get it in the chat. He's over up here in the booth helping the folks from the clock, and he came over to try to answer. And I know he knows the answer because I could give you. If you don't know, Merlin is the guy who does all the records. He keeps meticulous records for all of Saints athletics. We love that. It's awesome to be able to see it.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it. He just gave me the little finger count to say, is this the right number?
We got a guess already.
We do have a guess in the chat already. I love it. Keep it coming. We're not going to announce the answer for a little while. We'll let you guess. We'll let you get a few of those things in. As we get our sideline cam guys back on the field, you got about 2 minutes, boys, and this second half's going to start. So,
yeah. Again, we don't want to miss the sideline footage. We love people loving the sideline footage.
Thanks to the Saints Stream team, which are the Mac Lab kids that put a lot of the stuff you see together. They do this. Eric and I both trying to work full-time jobs as well, as we're not just radio and TV stream personalities. We do other things too. So it's awesome that the kids can get involved and help us out. And like I said, we've got 3 of them here tonight that are doing a fantastic job of help bringing you some of this awesome stuff. There's not many high school streams that have multiple camera views.
No.
And it's pretty cool that we can do that. We couldn't do it without the support of everybody on the stream and the kids that are involved in helping us pull it off.
Yeah, you got that right. It takes bodies. It takes willing bodies. And I'm telling you what, these guys are excited to get up here. They get up here early. Tonight we made sure they were fed. So thank you to the junior class parents who are running the concession stand tonight for keeping these guys fed. And thank you for the Saint Ansgar Athletic Fund for making sure that the food was there for them to eat.
Yep. So let's reset here with about a minute to go before the second half starts. The Saints lead 20-0. Lake Mills will receive the second half kick. So Lake Mills will start with the football. The Saints lead 20-0 on the strength of one long sustained drive that was all runs and 2 long touchdown passes from Jay Suisau, 1 to Hillman, 1 to Brum. We missed 1 extra point, but it is 20-0 Saints. Lake Mills, like we talked about, has 100 yards of offense in that first half. They drove down the field twice, but were turned away in both cases by the Saints defense. So it have to go here. The mission, the goal, Sammy, is 1-0 this week, right? And they've got 24 minutes of football to go here to make that happen. So Slammin' Sammy, the 5th grade phenom, is going to join us here for the third quarter. I'm going to let him do the play-by-play, and I'll be the color guy here. So we will. I'm going to let you take it away, Sammy.
There you go. Make sure he's not muted here. I think Sammy's muted. We're a little bit tight, so Sammy gets himself settled.
Checking.
Yep. Now you're there.
Small booth, 4 of us in here now. Thank you, Sammy, for being here. He gets to call the third quarter for us tonight.
I'll let you go up here if you want, Sam, so you can see. I can watch on here. When the ball's at the east end, our booth isn't exactly conducive to seeing everything down at that end.
We'll do the best we can.
I'd like to give a quick shout-out
to
a kid in 1st grade. His name's Milo Gergen. He's one of my biggest fans.
Milo. We love you, Milo. Thanks for being a fan.
All right, and here's Winia to kick off for the Saints.
Caleb was asking what the score is. That should be clear now with the scoreboard back up.
And yeah, short boot goes to the 20-yard line, runs right, and gets stuffed, gets around to the 31-yard line.
Hunter Hillman in on the stop there. Good tackle by Hunter.
That was Price, right?
Yes, I believe that was Price on the return. He's quick, that Price kid. We do not want him to get outside on us.
Hopefully I don't mix ham and bacon.
Don't mix up the ham and bacon. You got to keep your breakfast meats separate, Sam.
Yep.
Ball at the 30-yard line here, 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
There's Helgeson under center. Pass, screen, out to Bacon. Gets
Nothing doing. Loses yardage on the play.
Loses like 3 yards on that.
That's Chase Nedved way out there on that wing, just making a hustle
Snuffed
play.
it out. Just realized what was happening and just went over.
Bacon loses 3 on the play.
Looks like they were trying to get tricky, and actually it kind of looks like he paused there to pass it for a second.
Yeah. I wonder if you weren't right. There was a little trickeration coming if we hadn't been on it.
Here's Helgeson under center. Run up the middle. Gets nowhere.
And that's Christensen, I believe, who is the backup fullback, or what I'm going to call a fullback. It's his double wing offense, so it's technically a running back, I believe. But Kaufman is not on the field to start the second half. We saw him get injured at the end of the first half, and unfortunately it looks like he is not on the field here to start the second half.
Hate to see it, no matter what team it's on. Never want to see a kid get injured. Well, here's Helgeson under center. Rolls out to his right. There will be a pass. He'll be slung down by Hunter Hillman and tackled down by Chase Ansgar.
Yep, Chase and Hunter in on that for the sack. They were just going nowhere. Great start for the Saints defense to start the second half. They're going to force a punt here.
And their secondary really blanketed everything. It looked like a soft zone. And then Hunter Hillman just broke off of the tackle and got to the quarterback.
Great point, Sammy. Some of that sack goes to the defensive backs, right? Yeah. There's no place to throw it. You got him. That quarterback's going through his progressions.
It'll be a bad punt. Well, good punt, good bounce.
Short punt that gets a good roll. That's for sure.
Gets to the 47.
They actually punted it that time, so it's down just across. They faked it in the second quarter. There, they did fake a punt, so we did get a punt off there. So the Saints will have it. Good field position. Their first drive of the second half.
So I thought I heard King was playing tonight, but
he's been playing on defense. King and Christian Michaels have both been playing on defense. They have not played on offense this evening.
We saw a handoff to Klein. Klein bounces out right. He runs. There will be a flag on the play, most likely offensive holding.
Yep. Good run by Klein to get outside, but that's coming back on a holding.
Really good blocking, but that's probably why we got outside and got the yardage. I mean,
yeah, it's our center there looks like he doesn't like the call, so I wonder if not on him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they called there. They got somebody early in that play.
Good job.
Just took a while for the flag to come out, I think. So that backs the Saints up. 1st down and 20. So with Saints, Sammy, I've been really bad at making predictions tonight. You think we'll go to the air here on 1st and 20, or?
Yep.
All right, Sammy says we're going to the air. Let's see if he's better at this than I am.
Actually, it looks like a bubble, too.
Ooh, bubble screen. Okay.
Nope. Handoff up the middle to Klein, who gets a solid gain. Gets 3 yards.
He was stopped for no gain, and just pure second effort got him those 3 yards. You're exactly right. He had nowhere to go, and he made those last 3 yards happen.
Now I'm calling a pass play.
All right.
This one's a pass. You want to get it to 3rd and manageable. And once you get a 3rd and manageable, you want to get it to 4th and manageable.
I like it. So.
Slam and Sammy, do you want to take that further? Who we're throwing to here?
Nobody looks like. And Braun bounces outside. He will be slung down by Landon Price. He just sped over there and got the tackle. I mean, it's hard to tackle Dylan Brum with his outside speed.
Yep, the Saints are trying to get the ball outside. Price does a good job of turning him back inside, makes a good tackle.
So 3rd and 18. That's good. This is going to be a pass. I mean, I'm trying to help you out with your predictions.
I appreciate that, Sammy. I'm gonna tell you this is a run play. This is a run play, and we'll live for another series. I may be wrong, but that's my prediction.
Yep, it will be a run play to Connor Mullenbeck. Who gets thrown down. Gets to the 42-yard line. It will be 4th down. I believe we will punt it.
It looks like the punt team is coming on the field.
Yeah.
So after the holding penalty backs the Saints up, they don't get much on 2nd or 3rd down, and the Saints will punt it away on 4th and long. Carson Sparrow on to do the punting. Price back to receive.
Good punt. And it gets a good bounce. Gets to the 21-yard line.
Down there by the Saints. Good punt for Carson Sparrow.
Good punt, good bounce, and out the yardage.
That was directional. Looked like kicked it away from their return guy and let the Saints go down and down it. So the Bulldogs will have it for the second time here in the second half. 7:36 to go. Saints lead 20-0. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Will be 1st and down Lake Mills.
Helgeson under center. He'll man in motion. It will be a pitch out to Bacon. Bacon goes outside, gets dragged down by his leg, and gets 2 yards, I'd like to say.
Yep, something like that. Hunter Hillman with another really good tackle.
Yeah, 1 yard. Defense really doing good against this Lake Mills offense. It's almost like Lake Mills offense played better in the freezing rain.
I think you might be right, yep. The Saints' pursuit tonight on defense has been outstanding.
Under center again. Not a lot of passing plays run. It will be a passing play, and just as I say that. And Helgeson, it will be deflected.
Tipped by Connor King. Connor King gets a piece of that. Good to have him back tonight on defense. Again, if you're just joining us here in the second half, Christian Michaels and Connor King, who were both injured last week, have played on defense this entire game. They did not play offense, but they have both played defensively throughout this game, and both of them have made impact plays.
I'd like to say that might have been picked off if Connor might have not deflected it.
Yeah, it's hard to say where that thing was going to go, but there's a whole lot of red shirts covering up the couple of white jerseys, no doubt.
Right there, I think that's Jace. He fell down, so I think he was going to try to target that. But Helgeson under center again, Bacon in motion. Helgeson will pitch it. He loses the ball. Recovered, though. That was recovered by Christians. Nope, not Christians.
That's Alex Manis. Yep, Alex Manis was the deep man there. They tried that pitch. That's worked a couple of times with that misdirection pitch.
You just got it there.
Yep.
I mean.
Yep, exactly. Just didn't work that time, and the Saints defense is all over it, forces a second punt here on this Lake Mills second drive in the second half.
Hillman almost got a hand on that. And if he got a hand on that.
Yeah, it felt like Hillman just about had that, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. They will punt it. Man, this punt might have been deflected.
Really short punt.
Yeah.
Dribbles out of bounds down to the 31-yard line. So the Saints will start their second drive of the second half with the ball well into Lake Mills territory.
It's like Hillman was eating his face on that punt.
It's hard to get a good punt off when you've got Hillman grows every week. I think he's 6'7" this week.
He might
Hunter
be.
Hillman in front of you with he's 7'12" with his arms out. I think that's 8 feet if my math is right. But he is a very tall individual, hard to deal with on that. And you can see they had two guys trying to block him around that end. He gets through both of them.
I'd like to say a counter on here. Nope. Handoff to Klein up the middle, who with forward progress gets around too.
Yeah, really, really nice tackle there. Yeah, it's Getsky on the tackle, number 77. The interior of that defensive line has played really well We seem like tonight offensively had trouble getting the ball outside around the end and up the middle. They've made some really fantastic plays. Just like that one, you can see just running into a wall.
I mean, Tyson has had some good runs so far. But Schwesaw, handoff outside to Mullenbeck, shoves off of tackle and is trying to get more yardage. He just didn't give up there.
Feisty. That's the word I was thinking as he's staying on his feet on that.
Feisty run, no doubt.
I'd like to say it's 3rd and 2.
I think they're going to give him 4 or 5. See where they spot this thing. Do we have a flag on the play? Sure do. Penalty on the play. They're pointing at the Lake Mills defense. Let's see what we get for a call here.
Oh.
Do we have a face mask?
I think he was grabbing onto his jersey.
Looks like the penalty is on the Saints. It'll be holding on your Saints.
Take a look at the replay here, see if you can spot it from up above.
So that is a...
I think it was on Reagan. I think he got in there and wrapped him, slung him down. I think it was the fullback.
So I'm not exactly sure what's happening here, but I believe we have a penalty on both teams.
Oh, offset. Nice.
Yeah, and so there's some discussion about how this penalty is going to be enforced. They walked off 10 against the Saints and then tacked 15 on the other way.
Oh, they did.
So I believe we may have had... We'll get some clarification here, and now they're going to move the ball again on how this penalty is going to be enforced. And this gets complicated. I don't know a lot about officiating, but I know how when there's 2 penalties on one play on both teams and how they're enforced, especially when one's a dead ball penalty,
Saints are going to get the first down.
So it's not a simple offset.
Nope, it is not. And the Saints get the first down there with a penalty on each team.
2 wide receivers set this time. She's out under center. Hand off to Mullenbeck. Mullenbeck gets 4-3 on the carry.
Did you capture that?
Mullenbeck slow to get up on the play.
That's not good. We don't want any more of our backs down.
We don't need any more backs down, that's for sure. And he is able to get up. Looks like he just got tangled up there at the bottom of that pile. See if we can see what happens here. It's a nice job fighting through a tackle.
Yeah, we got wrapped up.
He sure did. Yeah. Sure did. Kind of got bent over backwards there. But he's able to get up, gain a 2 on first down, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
She's not under center. Fumble, but Mullenbeck falls on it, and
ball's on the ground there dangerously for the Saints on the missed handoff again. We've had a couple of those tonight.
Yep, unfortunate. We can't be having those, but looks
he had some running room too, didn't he, Sam? Looked like.
See if we can see it here.
I think he just missed the handoff.
Let's look.
It looks like he brought his hand down on the ball.
Did he? The way his arms were positioned after that, like, did he know he was getting it? Like, he wasn't really put it in the basket type.
Handoff outside. Dylan Brum. Dylan Brum shoots through, and it will be a touchdown for your Saint Ansgar Saints.
They're going to mark him out just short. They're going to mark him out at the 1 yard line.
His foot hit the ball.
I agree with you. I don't know how that's not a touchdown, but they say he's somehow short of the goal line, like on the 1 inch line, it appears. But it'll be 1st and goal Saints from inside the 1 yard line.
Looks like we tricked them really
How
bad.
sideline Cam get this? Oh, yeah. What a great job by Dylan Brum to avoid Stensrud there in the backfield.
Then,
sure does.
Good call by the officials.
Officials do a nice job. They're all over it. Catch that foot going out of bounds right before he hits the pylon.
It looks like touchdown Saint Ansgar. Looks like we missed that play. But Reagan Witt, 2 touchdowns for him
We'll get her
today.
back here.
Yep. Second touchdown for Reagan Witt. They love get inside the 1 yard line. Let's go fullback dive and pound that thing into the end zone. That's exactly what the Saints do there. That makes it 26-0 Saints. We're going for 2 or kicking here. Kicking?
Looks like it's a revenge game for Reagan Witt. Last time we played Lake Mills, I had talked about it. The fullbacks weren't getting going, but Reagan has now scored 2 touchdowns as Winia, and the extra point will be good. That one had a lot of luck to it.
Winia had power to spare on that one, didn't he?
3 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Saints lead the Bulldogs 27-0.
Safe to say.
Let's go back to that touchdown here, and I'm sorry because I was actually playing a replay. They got to that touchdown so quick that I kind of missed it here. The replay will capture that here from the sideline. Let me go grab that one for us here, guys.
Yeah,
he just fell. Looks like he fell on a Lake Mills player and rolled in.
Rolled on in, yep. So that makes it 27-0 Saints. The Saints are rolling here in the third quarter versus Lake Mills. The Lake Mills offense has been unable to get moving here in the third quarter. They did a really nice job in the second quarter of going up and down the field, just unable to score. But the Saints have made an adjustment defensively, and that has paid off here to start the second half. It appears that Lake Mills is without their leading rusher in the backfield, Kaufman, here in the second half. He got injured at the end of the first half. We have not seen him in the second half. The Saints are operating on offense without their 2 leading rushers in Christian Michaels and Connor King. Both those 2 gentlemen are playing on defense, but they are not playing on offense tonight as they're both coming off of injuries over the past couple of weeks. So that appears to be what the game plan was for the Saints, was to have those 2 guys play defense, but they're holding them out on offense, trying to get them healed up fully for the future.
So we've got some guesses here as we prepare for the kickoff as to the Joe's Trivia. We'll get to that here in just a moment.
Kicks off. Good kick. Gets around to the 20-yard line. It'll returned by Price. Price shakes off some tackles, and jumps forward some more extra yardage.
Yeah, he does a nice job of fighting through there, but the Saints stop him short of the 30-yard line again.
I feel like Lake Mills should pass the ball more. They really did a good job against us when they played us last time, passing the ball. They had 2 passing touchdowns, I believe. And I think they need to do it more. Do you know how many passing plays they've ran?
They only ran 2 in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that they
one
attempted one here in the
this
second,
half.
but yeah, got a sack out of the deal for the Saints.
Pitch to Bacon. Bacon gets 4.
Yep, good pursuit. Dylan Brum forces him back inside where Christian Michaels makes the tackle. Corbin was there as well. Just, again, a gain of 5 on the play, but that's a dangerous play. The Saints are happy to stop that one. We've got blockers out front. He gets to the outside like that. That's a really nicely designed play for the Bulldogs.
All right, Helgeson on center. Bacon in motion. It looks like there will be a jump.
I got both guys moving. They're going to call it on Lake Mills.
I think the motion by Bacon caught an O-line for
Bulldogs
off guard.
The defensive line moved too, but I believe the offensive guy was first. Yep. Yeah, you can see it there. 72 there gets a little anxious and gets our guy out right there. That little shoulder twitch is enough.
When you're younger, you're always like, he did it first. It's kind of like this.
It's kind of like that.
He did it first.
Slamming Sammy, I love it.
All right, Helgeson under center. It'll be a pass play. Helgeson looks, fires. It'll be deflected by Hunter Hillman.
Is that Hunter again?
Swats it down.
6'8" now, Hunter Hillman. Every play he makes, he grows an inch.
Looking like J.J. Watt right there.
Yes, he was. Great job of Hillman. Gets his hands up, gets that pass knocked down. They had a receiver open over the flat there, too. I was watching the receivers. They had a guy. So Hunter saves what's likely a first down there.
His wingspan probably gets bigger every play, too. I mean, how do you throw over to the side of that? I mean, if you throw it up, he's just going to reach his hands up and try to slow it to the side. He'll just put his hands to the side. So, yeah, good job by him getting up. And Helgeson, man in motion. It'll be another pass. He'll sling it. It'll be incomplete. Knocked away by Corbin Michaels. And after the ball was knocked down, Tyker Emster just hit Bacon hard.
Tyker Emster gets in there, knocks that thing around. I think he had a lot to do with him not catching that ball.
Yeah. I think Bacon, so he had Corbin on him.
Let's watch this replay here, Sammy. Watch this.
He wanted the ball because he had Corbin on him.
Corbin
and then
on
Corbin
him.
knocked it, and then Tyke came in and just hit him.
Yep. Corbin's in his face, not allowing him to catch it, gets the ball knocked out, and then Tyke comes in and a little shot to end the play to make sure he's not going to catch that thing. Saints lead 27-0 here.
Like
they have run a fake punt already tonight.
Manis. Punt. Hillman was in there again. All right, bounces to the 39-yard line, and they'll touch it there.
That's Lake Mills' best punt of the night. They get a nice roll there. It'll be first down, 10 Saints at the 39-yard line. Saints lead 27-0, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Now that we have a 27-0 lead, I'm wondering maybe we run some pass plays, maybe try to get some stuff that we want. I know I asked Clevenger if they could run some trick plays.
Yeah, what did he say? What did he say?
Well, classified information.
Classified information. Okay, all right. I'm going to check the score here, Sammy. You got this. I'm going to check a couple scores here.
All right, here's Suisant under center. Brum in motion. There'll be a pitch to Brum. Brum goes outside. Brum cuts inside, and he'll be tackled by Bacon. And looks like Brum will get 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, nice. I like that play design there.
If he shook that tackle off by Bacon, he might have ran all the way to the right sideline.
East Buchanan leads 22-0 over Lisbon with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Wow. Lisbon hasn't lost a game all season. This is not familiar territory for that team, is it, Joe?
Nope, that is for sure. And again, the winner of this game will play the winner of that game.
Looks like they're running press on the left sideline. Well, anyway, Suisant takes a snap. Pass to Hillman. Hillman makes a man miss, and he's shedding tackles. Gets to the 45-yard, Lake Mills 45-yard line.
Great play by Hunter Hillman. Makes a couple guys miss, turns it upfield, and turns a 6-yard gain into a 15-plus yard gain for the Saints.
You see him make a man miss, and then so you can see him. He's running outside, and then once he catches the ball, there's like all of these people there. Gets 42. Everybody's there. He somehow just drags through that.
Oh, love it. Great play. And good adjustment to make the catch.
Yep. Here's we saw a 3-man, 3 wide receiver set. Fullback dive to Reagan Witt, who drags some bodies over for 8 yards, it looks like.
Yeah. Good hard running by Reagan Witt. Lance Helming in on the tackle, but not before Witt gets 6 or
back-to-back plays. There's just a nothing, and then he just breaks through and gets something out of nothing.
30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Looks like this will be the last play of the third quarter. 2nd down and 4.
I'd say get risky with the pass here, but it doesn't look like they'll do that. All right, here's Suisant. Option, handoff, Mullenback, trucks Bacon.
Hard running by Connor Mullenback there.
Lowers his shoulder.
That looked like a man who got a talking to on the sideline that said, hey, run that way. And he did that time for sure. Hard running by Connor Mullenback.
Well, not really the best angle for that, but from our angle, it's good. But that will be the end of the third quarter for the Saints.
I was hoping you'd get an Uncle Cleb trick play there in the third quarter for you, Sammy. Yeah. Maybe you'll have to call for that in the future. But another good quarter for the Saints as they lead 27-0 here in Saint Ansgar at the end of 3.
So, Sammy, stay with us here for just a moment because speaking of Uncle Clev, Uncle Clev was part of a podcast here by the Ref Bros. And if you guys know the Ref Bros, it's a pretty new podcast, but very, very interesting. It's kind of a referee's perspective. It started off with, I think, 6 episodes on baseball, which I was very, very interested in. Then we moved to football. Coach Clevenger was interviewed for episode number 10. I got a soundbite here for you. I'm going to play that soundbite. You cool with that, Sammy, if we play that soundbite?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to do that, if I can get to the right screen here, of Uncle Clev and the Ref Bros. And by the way, if you're looking for it, it's on Spotify. Just search the Ref Bros on Spotify. And let's see if I can get to that soundbite right Where is it? Do you see it? Oh, there it is. It's about a minute. Let's see if we can do this.
Oh. Let's talk a little bit about, because we've had your team a few times, my crew.
I guess we'll save it for a timeout.
Yep.
These quarters are quick.
They are quick. They are quick.
Goodness.
Schwiesau under center in the wishbone.
Hand off of the middle.
Yeah, that's Klein.
Tyson drags some more. Oh, wow. Cheesy got slung over. I mean, in
the defense and offensive linemen are mixing it up tonight. There is no doubt about it. They are mixing it up tonight. But a big gain for the Saints. Takes the ball inside the red zone. Once again, 1st and 10 Saints from the 20-yard line, just inside the 20-yard line. Great run by Tyson Klein. You got to watch at the top of your screen.
Yeah. Hard running.
I believe that's Getsky and Cheesy mixing it up there, carrying out that block.
I think they're trying to score to get another touchdown to steal it.
You can have her.
All right, she's out under center. Hand off the middle again to Reagan Witt.
Yeah, that's Reagan Witt.
5 yards.
Sorry, Bill.
I mean, looks like we've been just getting yardage play after play. We're not getting yardage. It's pretty hard for us right now.
2nd down and 7. Score update for you: East Buchanan 30, Lisbon 0. So that game looks like it's going to go East Buchanan's way. If this score holds here, it'll be the Saints hosting East Buchanan on this field next week.
Shuza. Hand off to Klein. Klein gets.
Rolls ahead nicely. Gain of 6. Beats 3rd down and 1 for the Saints.
I forgot what I was going to say last time, so I improvised. But I've been getting better at noticing who has the ball. I always look at Jace first, and then I look to see if he has the ball. And if he does.
There's quite an art to this, especially in our offense, figuring out who has the football, isn't there? And no doubt about it.
That's a fact.
This is going to be a play action to the left, and he's going to pass it to Hunter. Nope. Wrong. Klein shuts off, stays on his feet, and scores a touchdown for the Saints. Klein stepping up to fill Christian's shoes, and he gets his 2nd touchdown.
2nd touchdown of the night. It is 33-0 Saints. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and the Saints go up 33-0. Fantastic start to the 2nd half for the Saints. It has been all Saint Ansgar here in the 2nd half. I know the scoreboard showed 0 points for Lake Mills, but they had 100 yards of offense. They were working it. So good job by the Saints to make an adjustment there in the 2nd half, and now they lead 33-0, going for 2.
Schwiesau rolls out. He will take his chance with Hillman. He catches it, but there looks like it might be offensive pass interference.
We might have gotten a little push by Mr. Hunter there. It was worth the effort. They aren't often going to call that on high school, call offensive pass interference, but I think they might have got it.
We got a pretty good view of it here if you guys want to know the real answer from the sideline.
Kind of looks like he grabbed his jersey. Yep, Saints will be going back. But
well, we'll just make that play a little longer. I got to see it here. What are we going to – do we grab –
Actually.
Maybe a little tug.
That's not much. That's not much.
No.
But probably enough to be able to enable him to catch that over Manus. So they throw the flag there. That'll back the Saints up and make this 2-point conversion quite lengthy.
You could say the Saints are marching on.
I like it, Sammy. I like it.
Slam. That's why they call you Slamming Sammy.
So it's basically 1st and goal from the 18 here on this 2-point conversion. Let's see what the Saints choose to do here. We're going back to 42.
Schwiesau takes a snap. It'll be an obvious pass. He will take his chance with Sparrow. Incomplete. No call.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. Of course, that's a big deal because the clock will not run now. That's why the Saints were going for 2. They're trying to get this 10-minute clock running. That's a veteran coach move there of, 33-point lead. Sounds pretty good. Anything can happen in a high school football game. 10 minutes is a lot of time. So if we can get that clock running, why not take advantage of that, especially with, like I said, a couple of guys already injured. Let's make that 4th quarter go as fast as possible. But
let's see if we can get this soundbite in here real quick.
Let's talk a little bit about, because we've had your team a few times, my crew. Our white hat is Jeff Pavlovich. You probably remember him from Charles City. And
yep.
let's talk a little bit about when something doesn't go right, and there's some confrontation there. It could be that you think we missed it. Maybe we did miss it and we didn't. What do you look for from officials when you voice displeasure with a call? Are you looking for, are you okay with, yeah, coach, we probably missed that one? What's kind of your end goal when you're talking to an official?
If I need to talk to an official, basically all I want them to do is listen to what I have to say. And it's going to be fairly short, and I'm not going to belabor the point, but listen to what I say. I don't even need to hear, coach, we missed it, or coach, we didn't see it that way, or anything like that. But more than anything,
all right, winning a short kick.
Fielded by Ham.
Clevenger just got to the point and got him down.
So in that soundbite from Coach Clevenger, he just in that case he said, we just want to be heard. Right?
Yeah.
Just want to be heard. I'm not trying to make any enemies here, anything like that. Again, go to Spotify.com, do a search, the Ref Bros. That's our good friend Trey Becker in Charles City was kind enough to do a great interview.
Yep,
with
had Coach Clevenger on this week. That was awesome. Yep, go check that out. So Lake Mills has the ball here. 10 minutes to go in this game. Saints lead 33-0.
Helgeson under center. It will be a pass. Rolls out to his left. He will check down, but it looks like I can't see his numbers.
Yeah, right. Bounced right off him, and that is Delger. Hits him in the shoulder pads, but unable to secure it, being complete pass.
Wow.
Take Remster in on coverage there.
He just crouched down. It would fit him square in the chest, but he crouched. And something I'd be surprised of is if any of our Saints players from this team don't make it to a college program. But Helgeson drops back, and he will be sacked. Chase Nesback grabs him by the ankle and pulls him down.
Down goes Helgeson. I believe that's the second sack of the night, maybe the third sack of the night for the Saints. They have been all over him in the backfield, and it is 3rd down and 11.
Everybody from the Saints team plays a part in our run to the Dome. And if none of our players make it to at least a D2 college program, I'd honestly be shocked.
I love it.
Great optimism there, Semi.
Looks at probably going to be pass. Nope, pitch. Trickery. Pass downfield. Bacon, trips on the grass. Turf monster got him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was going to go for a first down had he let him a bit. It was a pitch out to Manis, who was then going to throw it halfback pass style down to Bacon, who had some room to run there. Jace would have had to make a good tackle to stop him short of the first down marker there, but it is 4th down, 4th and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Obviously going to go for it.
They got to go for it here. Down 33-0, season on the line, 9 minutes to go in the game. They have to go here, and they will.
Here's Helgeson. It's going to be a drop-back pass. Pitch, trickery, gets outside, and he will get the first down and more. Looks like that's Corbin Michaels on the tackle, but they end up getting the first down. That was Delger.
Yep, I think he's in the game here for an injured Bulldog. Did
really
a nice job.
Well designed
play. He's a quick guy. Yep. Hunter Hillman was all over in the backfield, but can't bring him down. And then once he gets that edge turned, he, like I said, get to the sideline. A lot of Saints were headed left. He was headed right.
Real gutsy of them to call a run play right there. Helgeson looking at a pass here, and it will be, he'll look to his right. Delger gets stopped by Clevenger.
A good play by Joe Clevenger, Hunter Hillman, Tyke Remster, all there on that tackle. Loses 2 on the play.
Yeah.
Sideline cam picks it up here. Look at the pursuit. Look at these guys read it all the way.
All 3 of them.
Shed a tackle. Joe Clevenger gets the job done. Yep, absolutely.
Loss of a yard, it looks like, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Forcing a pass with their 4 wide receiver set. Will be a drop back pass. Helgeson looks, sacks. Chase Nesback.
Chase has been all over tonight. And man, has it been fun to watch. He's playing with a little attitude tonight, and it is paying off. I'll tell you, whatever conversation happened at halftime to the Saints defense, it was heard loud and clear.
No doubt about it.
They outside of a couple of kind of broken plays, Lake Mills hasn't been able to do anything in the second half of this football game.
And it feels so typical of a Saints offense to come back after halftime. Yep. And even up, even with a lead, even with a lead to shut down whatever offense was working.
Picked off, jumped ahead, he went airborne.
Corbin Michaels with the interception to seal this one. The Saints are going to go to the round of 8 and make it to the quarterfinals. I'll call it there. Great job by Corbin Michaels. Reads it the whole way, steps in front of that pass, picks it off. And the Saints look to put this one away as they lead 33-0, 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter here in Saint Ansgar.
I'd say you got aggressive. If you're in this position, 33-0 in the playoffs, and you're at home, I would want to make a show for your fans.
All right. I like the call, Sammy.
We saw
boy, Sammy.
Hand off at the middle to Klein.
Klein, yep. Gets 3.
Somebody got his ankle right there, but he just went forward, but ended up being dragged down. That looks like a 5-yard gain.
You bet.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
Should we reveal the answer to our trivia question?
You know what? Let's go through some of the responses. We had a lot of guesses. I don't think we've ever had this many guesses. So there's a lot of chatter out there. We've been busy working the replays. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got gosh, I want to make sure I'm not missing any. I know we had a 1976. We had a 2010 in there. I am scrolling down, looking for numbers. I have John Hendrickson, 1976. Leah Halverson, 2010. 2012, Leah, multiple guessing, not fair.
Hand off to Mullenback. Doesn't get it. It looks like he might have fumbled the ball.
He sure did, and Lake Mills recovers it.
They get it.
Saints turn it over. It'll be Bulldogs ball at their own 48-yard line. 6 minutes, 51 seconds to go. Saints still lead 33-0.
Can I give another shot?
Saints put the ball on the ground.
Can I
Again, Connor King and Christian Michaels are not playing on offense tonight. The 2 leading rushers have not been on the field tonight offensively. They are playing on defense. They both look like they're heavily taped and braced legs, but they're playing really well on defense. So hopefully that's a good sign if the score holds as the Saints look to keep advancing here in the playoffs.
Here's Helgeson under center. Probably a pass here. Nope, Bacon in motion. Probably going to be a pitch. Nope, fake pitch, and it will be to Bacon, who will catch the ball. Or
was it
he
complete?
was out of bounds.
Incomplete. They're going to call that incomplete. I'm not sure either from this angle. We can't really tell if he's out of bounds or
if
if
it
he
hit the
dropped
ground. It looked like it. I don't know if the sideline cameras got anything different for us. Let's take a look and see.
So incomplete pass.
There it is right there. So ball comes out.
Yep.
Right here, we'll go back to that. And there it is. Yep, ball hits the ground on that one.
Yep, passing setup right here. Here's Helgeson. And there's either
we're going to get a false start. Yep, legal motion, false start on them. They get a little early start again. That'll back them up 5, make it 2nd down 15.
Can I give
a couple other guesses? 2011, 1985, 1997, 2012. We've got a bunch of guesses in the chat. 1973.
Dewey Rose, thanks for checking in. Louis Amundsen, 1973.
I can tell you those that have a 70s guess are in the right decade. How's that?
Ooh, that's a
that
nice
for
little,
a hint.
That's a nice little hint.
And now you got to stop guessing, by the way. We've shut
Here's
off the
Helgeson.
guesses. But if you guessed in
Drops
the 70s,
back.
you're in the running.
Look, goes deep. It will be caught.
Good play there by
play.
Lake Mills. Delger again makes the catch there. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the Saints' 35-yard line.
Can I give another shout out?
You bet.
So I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in from other states, heck, other countries. We had a visitor from viewer from Australia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah, that is awesome.
Really cool for everybody that's tuning in. It really helps. Handoff up the middle.
Christensen
goes nowhere.
Short gain.
Probably gets 2 yards, but
short gain for Lake Mills there. Clock continues to run. We'll be under 6 minutes to go here in this football game on this play.
Sam, I think you got some like interesting things like that Australia one. What do you remember about that? That was early in the season, right?
I think he was looking at Australian football, probably a rugby team, and he looked up Saints TV. There's an Australian football team. That's why it's named Saints TV 1 for us. But Helgeson drops back to pass. He'll roll out to his left, and he will not run it. And it will be incomplete, knocked away by Carson Sparrow.
Great job, Carson Sparrow knocked that thing away.
But to add on to the Australian thing, he was looking up Saints TV, the other
Saints TV. And he found us.
Yeah, he found us. And he says it's the first viewing of high school American football. So
that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I remember that chat. He said we accidentally found us, found American football.
I think he accidentally subscribed to us.
We'll take all the subscribers we can get. Speaking of that, if you're listening, and if you go help us out, if you would subscribe to our channel, that helps us with YouTube. So if you'll go subscribe to Saints TV, even if you just look it up every week, go subscribe.
Right. That he will be sacked.
Weston Paulson in on the sack there. Simon Jarr helps finish him off. We've got some backup defensive line guys in doing their job there. On 3rd down and 7, makes it 4th and 12 after the 4th sack for the Saints on the night.
Great job defensively, Saints.
Yeah. It has been an all-around performance on both sides of the football tonight. Saints didn't have everybody out there tonight, and they still found a way through this point to really dominate Lake Mills in this football game.
4th and 12 to keep the game alive. Here's Helgeson. He'll roll out to his right. Helgeson will just throw it. Caught! This will be caught by Manis. Manis breaks the tackle. Manis goes out of bounds at the 12 or 11-yard line. That was a good
Lake Mills refuses to go away. They don't want their season to end. They come up with a huge play there where they need one. Be 1st down and 10. Lake Mills can get a 1st down there at the 14-yard line, so 1st down and 10 from the 14 for Lake Mills.
I feel like everybody's made a play in this game.
Yep, exactly.
For both teams, really. I mean,
mayonnaise must be a little slippery there, too. I like to call him mayonnaise. I think it's mayonnaise, but when he's slippery like that, he's got a little mayonnaise to him.
Here's Helgeson. Manis in motion. Handoff up the middle. Goes nowhere. For real this time. I don't think he got any yardage. But
so the Saints defense looks to hold here. They're trying to keep Lake Mills out of the end zone in this football game. Under 4.5 minutes to go. Saints lead 33-0.
22-7. I see Devon Shores. Thank you, Joel Carlson, for your update. Devon Shores says it's 22-7. Lisbon scored, and then 22-14, says Devon. Although Joe Carlson says 30-0. So
it is 30-0 in East Buchanan. It is now 38-7 East Buchanan. 3 minutes to go in that game. So East Buchanan's going to win that game. Saint Ansgar's going to win this one. It will be Saint Ansgar versus East Buchanan on this field next Friday night, 7 o'clock. Be here.
How exciting
be loud.
Is that? How exciting is that?
Well, we never know. They could come back.
It's not over yet, Sammy. But I don't believe in announcer curses, although I've done it 3 times tonight, so maybe I should.
Well, it'd be a heck of a curse to lose a 33-point advantage with 4 minutes left in the game.
I think
crazier things have happened, so let's go finish this thing.
Let's finish it. That's the key.
Clevenger definitely doesn't want this offense their defense to let the offense score. As Helgeson will throw it into double coverage.
Are we going to get a flag? Yeah, I
figured. I thought we might.
I think we probably earned one there. They're a little early, tripped him up.
PI in the end zone. And is that to the 1-yard line? Or is it?
We'll slow this down for you so you can see it again from above.
Unsportsmanlike conduct versus Lake Mills.
Wow.
So something was said here to
That
the
was tipped.
referee on the backside.
That was tipped.
Is
He
that
only
what it
caught
was?
the ball.
The ball was tipped, so they did not throw the pass interference flag. Instead, something gets said here on the Lake Mills side of the football that the man in the white hat did not appreciate, and that will push Lake Mills back 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike.
Your sideline cam on that play. Great job, guys. From the end zone.
Yeah, good job, Dylan Brum.
4th and 25 to virtually end the game right here. We don't want our players to be there in the cold any longer. No, here's Helgeson. Keep the season alive. Fumble, high snap. Helgeson fumbles the ball, and it will count as a sack.
Wow.
For Hunter Hillman.
Hunter Hillman finishes it off.
Game
The Saints
virtually over.
are going to move to 10-0 on the season and advance to the quarterfinals in the Iowa High School football playoffs. They will face East Buchanan, who has officially defeated Lisbon 38-7. Number 6 Lisbon at Lisbon, and East Buchanan goes down and routs them. So that should be a heck of a football game right here on this field tomorrow or next week. They are a running team. They are a team that is going to run. So it'll be a great matchup for your Saints here next week. But the Saints have some work to do to finish this one.
Gets 5 yards.
I think the important thing here is just to make sure your guys finish this game healthy. We don't need anybody getting hurt.
And it looks like we're getting a little chippy there on the Lake Mills side of the football. Another flag comes in late at the end of that play there.
77
Let's see.
looks confused, so I think the penalty will
we got a personal foul. Looks like a face mask against Lake Mills. That'll push it 15 yards across midfield.
Here's another look at that play.
For the Saints.
Face mask really hurt. I mean,
I don't think it was anything intentional. Just as he comes by, and he
Takes
knew
him
he tries to let go, but it's a football play that happens.
Well, helmet's kind of going into him with that.
Did you guys see that Christy Nixon from the EJ Her picture of the face mask on Corbin Michaels? Oh my goodness, that's
handoff to falling back.
Helming is right there to meet him. Does a good job of being patient, waiting for him to come through the line, and makes a hard tackle on Connor Mullenbeck. Offers to help him up there at the end of the play. Good sportsman there. He is good play by Helming. He read that the whole way, was waiting for him, was ready for him.
I'd say this is good. This would be maybe the best game we've had all season besides West Hancock. I mean,
absolutely. This was a great game for the Saints all around. Let's give the answer to our trivia question.
All right. The answer, Joe. And there's a bunch of guesses.
There's
Thanks to
a
everybody
bunch of
who's done
correct guesses in here, too. You guys have good memories. 1900, way back in the 1900s, 1976. The 1976 team gave up 2 points per game. They gave up a total of 16 points, according to Merlin Thorson's record book. Gave up 16 points. We're 8-0 on the season. And we talked about it last week, how hard it was to make the playoffs back in the day. That team didn't make the playoffs.
No.
I swear. Gave up 16 points and did not make the playoffs. The playoffs in those days were all based on some point system. I don't know if it was differential or what, but good job by the referee here. He's going to call both sides together and have a discussion about how we're going to finish the last 2.5 minutes of this football game.
I'd say just end it right here. Don't risk anybody injured.
They are going to talk about this just from a hey gentlemen, we're going to play clean the rest of the way, which is a great job. Get both sides together.
No doubt about it.
That's a great job by the officials there to just make sure that this thing doesn't get out of control. That there's 2 minutes to go in a football game that's over. Let's finish it the right way on both sides of the ball. And so I tip the hat to the guy in the white hat out there. Great officiating, great job of getting that thing, making sure everything stays in control there.
Oof.
Pass. Goes nowhere. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, we did get a flag in there too as well. So 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the game. Saints lead 33-0. An interesting play here. I'm not sure. We got a hold before the pass. Yeah. Yep.
Joe, do you know how the banner system works for football?
I do not.
Because when you put the penalty will be declined.
Penalty is declined.
Well, when you put the banner, I think it's if you make it to the dome, we get a banner.
Okay. Yep. That would make sense to me. Yeah. That'd be that you'd make the final 4 teams In most sports, though, it's 8 you get a banner, so I'm not sure what they'll do there. That's a good question. I guess maybe we'll find out here after this game. We can get you some information on that. But a heck of a great night from Saint Ansgar here. They lead 33-0, 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go.
Take a look at this replay here. Look at Jace. I think Jace sees his hand coming in and holds back on that pass, which, of course, kicks the ball out. And Lewis Amundsen says Saint Ansgar was a larger school than most of the conference teams back then. We lost playoff points playing a smaller team, even if we won. Now, that seems like a skewed system to me, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Punt looks like it'll go straight out of bounds for Sparrow.
Carson Sparrow kicks it out of bounds.
To the 15.
Yeah. About the 20-yard line, they're going to mark it out. So the Lake Mills will have the ball at the 20-yard line, 2 minutes to go in the game, down 33-0. That's interesting. I knew the system was crazy, so thank goodness it's not that way anymore. But, to give up 2 points per game on average and not make the playoffs. Interesting little anecdote, Chuck Long, Iowa quarterback Chuck Long's backup, a young man by the name of Denny Klaprick, was the quarterback for that team. He was just a sophomore in 1976. He went on to play football at Iowa and was Chuck Long's backup, I believe, Chuck's entire career. So tough guy to play behind. Unfortunately, you don't get on the field a lot when Chuck Long's ahead of you, but a great Saint Ansgar athlete. I know he's in our Hall of Fame. Denny Klaprick was the quarterback of that team.
Big and get stuffed right there.
So when you hear a lot of people say, oh, yeah, that Saints quarterback that went on to be an Iowa Hawkeye, right? Everybody thinks of Matt Sherman. Well, there was 2 of them. Denny Klaprick was first. He was the first Saints quarterback to go on to be an Iowa Hawkeye. And Matt Sherman was second. So pretty cool. Our little school has 2 of those guys.
I think all of our alumni from different colleges that went to Saint Ansgar, all of the teams are doing good. As
Helgeson's pass, to Manis, incomplete. Falls incomplete. So a 3rd and 9 here. Minute 25 to go in the half. This has been the longest 4 minutes of football all season. The last 4 minutes of this game.
This has been long.
The clock has not run much in these last 4 minutes, but.
As I was saying, Rutgers is doing good. Dallas played there.
Yep.
I was doing good. 2 players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Air Force is doing good, undefeated. So, UNI, I think it's doing pretty good.
I think they had to beat number 9 ranked team the other day, last weekend, I believe.
Oh, nice. As get 2 yards and the clock will run.
Clock continues to run here. It'll be 4th down. Let's see what.
Pick 6.
What Lake Mills will decide to do. 4th down has been their friend in this 4th quarter. They've converted a bunch of 4th and longs here. This will be 4th and 7. So we had several right answers, right? And to our trivia question. So congrats to everybody. John Hendrickson, I think, was first in the chat. I think his was the first answer and was the correct answer.
Yeah, it was first. It was correct.
John,
I think you said. Did you say 6 points? 6-16? I wasn't sure.
The record book
when I saw that, I was like, "There's 16. No way it could be that low, right?"
Well, Helgeson going deep, picked off. It will be picked off by Connor Mullenbeck, and that will seal the game.
Connor Mullenbeck goes up and gets the 2nd interception for the Saints tonight. 32 seconds to go in this game. The Saints will take a couple of knees and run this thing out, and they will move on to the quarterfinal round of the Class A Iowa High School football playoffs with a 33-0 victory over Lake Mills. Great Lake Mills team that has played really, really well tonight. It couldn't get it to come together early. The Saints capitalized on a couple of mistakes early to make it 14-0. Add that kind of backbreaker touchdown at the end of the second half, and it's been all Saints here in the second half, or end of the first half. Been all Saints in the second half.
That will be game over.
That'll do it. That'll do it here in Saint Ansgar. The Saints win 33-0. Again, they will play East Buchanan on this field at home next Friday night, 7 o'clock. Be here, be loud. If you can't be here because you're in Mexico with John Hendrickson, then watch on Saints TV.
There's Saints TV for that if you can't be here. But if you can be here, be here. What a game tonight.
What a game. What a week for the Saint Ansgar Saints. The volleyball team advances to state. Lila Powers finishes in the top 35 cross country, and the Saints football team advances to the quarterfinal round. Great week.
And as we win, as the cheerleaders would say, it will be a VICTORY.
VICTORY. We will take it. Great night for Saint Ansgar. It has been chilly. Good crowd here tonight for how cold it is. My watch says it is 33 degrees here, so just above freezing here as this game wraps up. And I'm in a booth. We have our windows open. And I'm freezing, so I can't imagine how cold they are standing there with that wind hitting them in the face on the field.
You're right about that.
We appreciate all the support from the Saint Ansgar Saints supporters. I'll get some stats going here, guys, and we'll get you wrapped up with how this game finished from a stat perspective.
I'd say it's going to be warmer in Coralville.
Well, you hope so, but it's going to be later in the season. And we're not going to Coralville just yet, right? On to the next
We're going to Coralville for volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
Oh, for volleyball. I'm sorry.
It is going to be warmer.
I was thinking about the dome will be warmer, but that's not Coralville. Yes, so it will definitely be warmer in Coralville. And that's exciting for these girls.
Yeah. Big week for the Saints coming up, too. You think about what a great week this was, and the chance to do it again next week.
A chance to do it again next week.
Awesome.
The girls should have a great – so the state volleyball situation is win Tuesday, play Wednesday, win Wednesday, play Thursday for a championship. It's just bang, bang, bang volleyball. Of course, we hope we're playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Down in Coralville. First game is Tuesday evening. I believe the girls are allowed to take the court as I read it, 8 p.m. and then that first serve happens at 8:25.
Yeah, the schedule is so there is going to be a trophy presentation here. So Lake Mills will receive their playoff qualifier. We'll try to catch that here on camera. Congratulations to the Lake Mills Bulldogs on a great season. I read somewhere that was their first playoff win in their history last week. So congratulations to the Lake Mills Bulldogs on a great season. They've got a bunch of juniors. They will be back. We will play them again next year. They will be good. Oh, looks like Culberson, A.D. Culberson is making the trophy presentation to Logan Bacon, who played his butt off tonight. They all played really, really well. I see Kaufman out there. We talked about him being injured in the first half. He is out there. Looks like he's limping around a bit, but he is up and on that ankle. So that's a good sign. So again, Saint Ansgar will play at home next week versus East Buchanan to advance to the semifinals in the Dome the following week. So let's go through some stats for Lake Mills. They had 49 yards passing. Helgeson 19 attempts, 7 completions. Rushing wise, they spread the ball around really nicely. Kaufman had 40 yards before he was injured. Landon Price had 2 carries for 40 yards. Delger had that carry for 20, and Logan Bacon, 8 carries, 25 yards. That's a credit to this coaching staff and to this defense. They were committed to shutting Logan Bacon down tonight, and they did that.
And they did it.
3 yard per carry average. They'll take that. 8 carries, 25 yards all day, every day against the other team's dude. And we're gonna have to do that again next week. East Buchanan has a very similar setup in terms of they got a guy who will go through the stats next week, but has a bunch of rushing yards. On the receiving end, Delger had 2 catches for 20 yards. Manis had 2 catches for 25. On the Saints side of the football, Jay Schwiesau ends the night with 119 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Brum with 2 catches, 79 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Hillman, 2 catches, 40 yards and a touchdown. Both those receivers and Jace just played a whale of a football game tonight, and hats off to them. That's the difference. Missing Christian Michaels and Connor King in that run game. We knew we would need a couple of effective passing plays, and I think you could call a 60-plus yard touchdown pass and a 29-yard touchdown pass effective passing plays. So good job out of the Saints to mix it up a little bit tonight. On the ground, Tyson Klein ends up 17 carries, 104 yards, leads the Saints there with 104 on the ground. Dylan Brum had 22, Reagan Witt had 20, Connor Mullenback had 22, and Suisao a couple carries for 7 yards. So the Saints spread the ball around on the ground like they always do. Just new names this week without Christian Michaels and Connor King back there. Saints take care of business. Win here in Saint Ansgar. 33-0 is your final.
I believe Hunter Hillman had three tipped passes.
Yeah.
And Cheesy had 2 sacks.
Yep.
So defense really played amazing.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see with another week to heal for Connor King and Christian Michaels. Obviously, they were both able to go on the defensive side of the ball tonight. I can only assume they'll take this week to heal some more and rehab a bit more, and I would imagine we will see both of those guys on both sides of the football next week, which is great news for both of those 2 seniors. They don't want this thing to end. They want to be on the field when it does, and that's exactly what you want to see. So we talked about 5 wins to a state championship, 2 down, 3 to go. Right? 2 down, 3 to go. Mission next week, go 1-0 next week. That's what this will be about. Tall task. This will be the most challenging game of the playoffs. Of course, as you get to, with only 8 teams left, everybody who's left is the real deal. Everybody's legit from this point forward, and it'll be a tough test for the Saints. So glad we get to play it on our home field here.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a huge deal. They come to us, a couple-hour drive across. East Buchanan, I'm not even sure what towns that is, but Buchanan County's over there by Manchester-ish. So it's the other side of Waterloo is where Buchanan County exists there. So those guys will come to us next week. It'll be a whale of a football game here in Saint Ansgar.
Yeah, it'll be fun to learn about this East Buchanan team because, like you, I don't know much about them. But for them to go into an undefeated team's home field and dominate, at least as the score would suggest.
The score suggests
dominate, right? And we don't know what happened. We don't know how that went down. And then also to touch on the idea that coming out of this game, a whole new set of names that you're highlighting on this highlight reel or the stat sheet. It just the depth of Saint Ansgar this year and the diversity that the coach can use to move this kid here to fill in there, and who's the ability for our Saints to make the plays and score the points in spite of who's doing it.
Yep.
It's magic.
It's fun, exactly right. So
it's
just a quick check on East Buchanan. I can tell you they run the heck out of the football. They've got a guy, a senior, Tanner Thurn, 1,068 yards coming into tonight. So they have a 1,000-yard rusher coming into tonight, 126 carries. And then the next guy, their other back, 731 yards. So between 2 guys, they got 1,700 yards of rushing. They have about 300 yards passing, so they're not going to throw the ball often. They're definitely a ground and pound team.
So you got the quarterback's rushing stats? I think he's the run as much as he's thrown. From what I saw earlier.
He's got 16 carries for 9 yards, it looks like. So
well, then I'm wrong.
I
must be looking at a different stat.
He's carried the ball more times than he's thrown it. Or then he's completed. He's got 15 completions on the year, so they're not going to throw the ball a lot. They may mix it up a time or two. Looks like they're going to throw it, 3 times a game or 4 times a game, something like that. So they're not going to throw it a bunch. They are going to rely on their 2 big backs on the ground. Be a good test for the Saints defense here tonight. And defensively, they've played really well as well. If we look through some of their scores, they have shut out a bunch of opponents. They allowed 21 to Makokota Valley, looks like about 5 weeks ago, and they've allowed 3 touchdowns and a field goal since then.
Wow.
So they have not, in the last 6 games, they have not given up a ton of points, and they've played super well. They started the season against a ranked Sumner Fredericksburg team who I believe is a 1A school, so a class ahead of them, and they lost that game 18-12. But then beat Bellevue pretty handily, Makokota Valley. They lost to Starmont, which is why Starmont is the number 1 team and got to host West Hancock tonight. Starmont did. I'm going to try to find that score for you for those of you who are still on the stream.
Yeah, well,
more for my curiosity than yours, but I want to hear.
Well, no, and I'm with you. It all matters, right? And we want to know that West Hancock is a really, really good team. We'd like to, because we beat West Hancock earlier.
So let's give you some perspective here. Saints beat West Hancock. I don't remember the score off the top.
25-2. It was the
25-14.
The score was closer than it actually was. They got a cheap one at the end of that game, but it was pretty much all Saints.
Yep. So pretty much all Saints there over West Hancock. Okay. Starmont that same week beats East Buchanan 46-0. It's my understanding East Buchanan was without a couple of guys for various reasons.
Okay, fair.
So that they might have been shorthanded, but they got beat handily by Starmont. Tonight, West Hancock 49, Starmont 10.
Wow.
So West Hancock took it to Starmont. Now, this is the whole 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. We can't assume, that A plus B equals F. It doesn't work that way in football. A lot of factors, a lot of different things can happen. But I do think that's a relevant score or relevant fact as we look at this. So West Hancock will likely play Wapsie Valley, who was up early in that game. That game is not quite final yet, but it looks like Wapsie Valley's up big. So it'll be West Hancock versus Wapsie Valley as we keep an eye on the rest of our district opponents. And then, Saint Ansgar versus East Buchanan. So that'll be a fun one. It'll be right here on Saints TV or live here in Saint Ansgar.
Love it, love it. And how great that we get to plan to play here next weekend to finish the non-dome season, again, one game at a time. Hey, for those of you who are still out there, yes, I got the Give Butter thing. I keep talking about Give Butter. We have a lot of fun with Give Butter, but it's a really, really important way to keep these streams free. All additional revenue does go back to the school. We're volunteering our time. We love doing it, and we love that there's so many generous folks out there giving butter. Keep in mind, if you didn't see the jersey that we showed about before, can you reach it, Sam? Let me see if we can get that. We'll do that. I'll give it one more time, see if we can get that. Let's see if we get that screen going. Oh, see, we got the wrong camera on this thing again. We can fix it. We can fix it. I'm not.
The field looks spooky.
Sure. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay. So, Slam and Sammy's got the jersey. This is signed by the seniors of this team. It's this camera right here, my man. All right, the seniors of team signed jersey number 23. Why? Because it's 2023, folks. This is the biggest butter giver of the season. And yeah, we're tracking every butter give, every stick of butter you give, which is not really butter if you're just joining us, if you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about money, folks. We appreciate your donations more than you can possibly imagine. It's a really big deal around here. But every dollar goes back to the Saints. But the biggest giver of the season, and this thing's going to go all the way till the end of the season, till the end of our last game, which we hope is in the Dome with the championship trophy. The winner will be announced after that last game. So from Saint Ansgar.
One quick thing
from Joe.
Come join us in Coralville on Tuesday to support the volleyball team. Yes. If you can get there, be there, right? I'll tell you, let me give you my perspective as a part of the Saints baseball team, getting to be on that field. It was at the state baseball tournament this year. It was a feeling I'll never forget. I know the kids were super into that, and you just think, man, this is awesome. And then you turn around, and you see this mass of red in the stands, and literally it made me emotional. It's like, oh, my goodness. Where did these folks come from? To see that support as a player and a coach and somebody involved in that, I tell you what, it means the world to these kids that are out there and the people that are involved in these programs. So get there. Be there if you can. And I understand not everybody can. So if you can't get there, there's a couple ways, right? I think through Sammy's generous donation there from Saint Ansgar State Bank, I believe they're supporting a bus.
Charter bus.
That's going to be a really inexpensive option to get down there if you need to. I think you can look folks up at the bank, right? You can find that information on Facebook, I know, to try to get down there that way. If that helps you get there to be there, please get there if you can. If not, the folks, Tripper and the gang will be right here on Saints TV.
Tripper's not going to be there. He won't be doing it.
Oh no!
It's the Iowa girls athletic. It's the athletic unit.
So
will be,
you don't.
But it will be. It's a free stream. So
yes,
let me tell them how to do that.
Do that. Yep.
I'm telling them how to do it. If you go to Bound Saint Ansgar, it's just Google search Bound Saint Ansgar. It'll take you to Varsity Bound. If you've never been there before, it will take you right to Varsity Bound. Click on volleyball sport. It'll show you the game. You can. There's a link on there. I made sure it was on there to click and stream and watch that game. It's 8:25 p.m. on Tuesday evening. Got to go.
This is Slam and Sammy P signing off on Saints TV.
Awesome.
Great job, Sammy. As always, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Joe, you said it. Be there.
Be there if you can. If not, it is not going to be on Saints TV. It's going to be on that Iowa High School Sports Network. It is free. There was some controversy with that.
Totally
it is going to be free, which is great news.
Yep. Totally free.
So like Candle Genius there told you, just Google Bound Saint Ansgar. You will find the link and go cheer on our Lady Saints. I'm so excited for them to have that opportunity. What a great fall it's been here in Saint Ansgar. Let's keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday in Coralville, and we'll see you Friday here in Saint Ansgar. Thanks for watching.